Success is dependent upon drive and persistence. The secret to winning is having the extra energy to make another effort or try another approach. I am Addie Townsend, and I am ready for the new season.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us on Clan TV for the 2017 Emilie Mondor Invitational at Terry Fox Field. I'm Lindsay, this is Mark, and Jessica.
Hello everyone at home watching.
Welcome to this beautiful day at SFU. We're excited to do the commentary for the meet today, and throughout the show we'll not only bring you as many race as possible, but hopefully get a chance to interview some of SFU's student athletes, so stay tuned for more.
Okay. So as of now, we're going to see the 1500 meters women coming up soon on the field. We have a lot of SFU and UBC athletes on there. Do you have
I think we have still the hurdles. The men's hurdles are still on the track here, so we might have the men's
I think it's
hurdles.
to have some challenge to the women 1500, so they're going to jump some hurdles along the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had a really successful fall up here at SFU, fall and spring, start of spring. It still feels like fall up here on the mountain right now, but with the completion of the indoor track season, SFU now sits 6th in the Learfield Directors Cup, which is outstanding. That's definitely the highest that we've been so far as SFUs in the NCAA. So well done, and we look to maybe increase that standing once outdoor track and softball are finished. So well done to all the SFU athletes and coaches and support staff that are making the programs up here at SFU a success in the NCAA.
This is also the 10th anniversary of the Emilie Mondor Invite. This year marks the 10th year of the passing of Emilie Mondor, who is an outstanding athlete at SFU, and was a member of multiple national teams in her peak. So we also want to take the time to remember her today.
Definitely. She was the first Canadian woman to go under 15 minutes. In the 5K, and represented Canada at the 2004 Olympic Games. Unfortunately, on her road to hopefully compete in the marathon in the next Olympics after that, she was killed in a car accident. So definitely an outstanding runner for both SFU and for Canada. So lots of people out here today might not know who she is, but definitely with the meet named after her, we can continue that recognition of her outstanding achievements. So as we look around, it looks like the skies are clearing up a bit. We had some fog that was potentially moving in, which just could kind of
it's getting better right now. Oh, so here we go with the hurdles, I think. Nope, it was just a test. Here we go. Now we know the gun works, so that's amazing. And
we had technical difficulties with the timing system, it seems. So hopefully we can get up and running back with the men's 110-meter hurdles shortly. We're definitely waiting for that break in the weather. Hopefully that can come soon.
The track is getting swamped right now.
Yeah, we've got
lots of people. Have to crawl through the finish line soon.
More like swim.
More like swim.
Yeah. We've got long jump underway, I believe.
Yeah.
Over on the west side of the track facility here. So we've already had quite a few performances up to this point that we weren't live streaming. We started off with the women's and men's 2K steeplechase, where we had a couple SFU members and an alumni with Ryan Brockerville in there. So
yeah, Ryan Brockerville took the win with a time of 5:55. It was really slow because of the wind and the rain, but he still did an amazing job out there. And then we had John Gay, who finished second around 5:58, I guess. And we had Braden Charlton, which is going to compete next year for SFU because he's redshirting right now. And Oliver Jorgensen did his big comeback on the track, which is amazing because he was injured for a year and a half now. And he ran a pretty solid time of 6:15. And I think they're going to get faster next week in Mount Sac for sure. I think
yeah, it's good to see him back out on the track.
Yeah.
I know it's been quite a road to recovery on that
Yeah, it's been quite a
injury.
road.
So good to see him out there. As you can see now, we got some long jump action. None of us are jumpers here, so we can't really comment on any form or distance there, but hopefully get these 110 hurdles up and running shortly.
Yeah, in the women's 2K steeple, we also had Dana Townsend and Chelsea Ribeiro. Chelsea just coming back from minor injury, so it was good for her second race of the season, and Dana had her second steeple of the season, so it'll be a good lead up to Mount Sac for next weekend for them for sure.
Yeah, definitely water everywhere on the track, not just in the steeple pit for today. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how much that bothered them, having water everywhere and not just on one hurdle, but always a good opportunity, I think, early on in the season to get over those hurdles and just test your form a little bit, feel more comfortable, especially off the water pit.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get the right push off and
Yeah.
Feel the flow of the hurdles.
Yeah, get the momentum going.
Exactly, yeah. With a shorter distance of 2K, that just allows them to focus a little bit more on their form and concentrate on getting over the hurdles efficiently, not so much about time. So.
Okay, on the track, once again, men's 110-meter hurdles, Mackenzie Riddell, Northwesters, lane 1.
So now this is the men's 110 hurdles about to start.
Yeah, I don't believe we have any SFU. I don't believe I see any SFU.
It's hard to see through the fog right there, but
yeah.
So lane 7 is vacant.
Yeah, so we have 4 athletes lining up on the start line.
Quite a few Western Washington.
And it's good to see them out here. It's really fun that they did the road all the way from Western Washington to compete in their meet. I think they used to come every year, and they make the meet more decent. And
yeah, always having good competition, especially coming up from the U.S. and added competitors. Here we go. The men's 110-meter hurdles.
Bogdan Pavel from UBC.
UBC looks like he's taking the lead here.
And Pavel Cummings.
Oh.
Washington. It's Pavel, Chang, and Cummings.
So now they'll just get the hurdles cleared here and get ready for the 1500s.
so I think we had some technical difficulties here. I hope we won't have to rerun it, but
Looks like the timing system isn't working properly.
Hopefully we can get these 1,500 meters going pretty quickly here. I think the weather is really putting a wrench into a lot of the easy planning when the weather is decent.
Yeah. So we can see that the women are lining up right now, doing a last stride before.
And we have a lot of entries in these 1,500 meters.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the largest group of athletes that we've ever had entered in the Emilie Mondor. I believe yesterday we were looking at 366 athletes. So
yeah, I think it was 44 entries just in the 15, so that's going to be a really good show.
It'll be really competitive. And Good to see so many people out and braving the weather.
And you can see lots of volunteers helping out in the pouring rain, clearing the track. It's always helpful when you have lots of hands putting in work.
Are you trying to call out some people here or what? So to everyone who's studying in the library right now, please show up to the track and help us out because we're losing it. Just kidding. So are we going to start with the slow heat of the 15 or the fast heat? That's a real question.
I think we're going to do the slowest heat here first.
Okay.
Weigh-in will be taking place after the event.
Yeah, we've got,
Javelin is on
I
now.
think, a few SFU alumni in this women's 1500 meters as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, great to have the alumni back on track
Yeah.
and supporting both the meet, and great to see them out still competing. So we'll look for them in this section.
Yeah.
Track right now will be the women's 1500
It's really good to see them competing. I know it's a hard transition when you finish university and move on with your life. It's always hard to choose if you want to keep going with track because it's a lot of sacrifices, or if you want to just move on and get a job and do different
Yes.
things. And I think you guys can talk a lot about that since you went through it a couple of years ago. But
Yeah. It is a big commitment, and it does take a lot of time, but gotta
have a
find
lot
some
of-
time for work too.
Yeah, work to pay for the sport, but lots of support also helps with your coaches and families, and definitely support is huge once you graduate university and looking to pursue other things in your career outside of track and field. But
yeah, it's good to see them out there.
I know Tom Dixon has been someone who's competed in track well after his years at university, and he's
Well
definitely
after.
someone who has a lot of passion for the sport and loves it a lot. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, he's giving a lot to the program, and we really appreciate it for sure. Great
definitely,
coach.
and still really successful as a master's athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Chantal Desch won 55 last week in San Francisco,
Okay,
which is, I think, a really great time.
that's
And
good
she's
for
gonna
her. Yeah,
NCAA qualifying mark.
yeah.
So hopefully this year we can qualify a lot of people to nationals, which are in Florida in a couple of weeks. And I know last year we had only 3 athletes, but this year we're trying to qualify at least 10 athletes with the relays and all the qualifiers we have for indoors.
Right.
Yeah, I think indoors. Oh, here's the start of the women's
No.
fifteen
Women's
hundred.
15, slow heat.
I think they're just striding out.
Oh.
I think that was
Oh.
another test of the
Yeah.
starting gun.
Yeah, so I think in indoors for NC2A, it was the festival. We had just over 10 athletes.
I believe so. Yes.
So that was the most we've ever had,
Yeah.
which is good moving into outdoors. So hopefully we can have everyone that qualified in indoors and more.
Definitely. And I believe outdoor nationals are in Florida
Yeah.
yet again this year. So hopefully the Vancouver weather can start to warm up a bit so we can get used to that heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, you were there last year, right? It was a really nice.
It was really warm, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Looked like a really nice facility.
Yeah.
And obviously you're a little sidelined this season, but
Yeah. It's always good to be on the sideline sometimes, cheering up the team, and
gives
see
you
it
a
from
little
an
bit
outside
of
view.
drive and
Yeah.
makes you a little hungry to get back out there, right?
Yeah, one day.
I
Yeah,
think we've
you'll
all
be
had
back.
injuries that definitely create some fire inside.
Yeah, they foster resilience for sure, and
Yeah,
they make you love the sport even more when you come back at it, I guess.
definitely. It looks like we're still fighting with some.
Yeah, they're still warming up. It's less foggy up here though, so
Yeah,
we're gonna probably see the race the whole way.
it looks like it might be kind of clearing up.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just
We're very
too
optimistic.
optimistic.
The clouds look slightly brighter. So That
And
could mean that.
here we are with Ryan
General
Brockenville, the
look
winner
here.
of the 2K steeple here.
Oh, yeah.
So do you have something to say to the excited
the
crowd
live
who's watching
feed.
us right now?
Well, it's a beautiful day here high atop of Burnaby Mountain. We're having lots of fun. Everyone's staying warm, staying dry.
Sure.
You can look at the folks out there. Look how warm they look. It's
Yeah,
great.
we're gonna get a barbecue going too. So a couple of hot dogs soon and hamburgers to keep it warm. But I want to know, how was the race out there?
Oh, it was pretty good. It's not as windy as it might look on the feed, but it is quite chilly. Hitting the water pit, we had to push away some of the ice that was frozen over, but it could have been worse.
Yeah.
The rain was coming down, but yeah, it was a good competitor. There's a big field out there. I think there was 9 guys registered, 8 hit the line. Honest pace from the get-go. Everybody worked together. John passed me probably with about 450 meters to go. I managed to battle back and just outkick him there. But it was a good race. It sets us up well for the rest of the season. Yeah.
That's awesome. There was no way you were losing that race, eh?
Yeah, I had to dig deep for it, but I didn't want to let it up, especially being an SFU alumni up here, coming back to SFU. You don't want to really lose on your home track or your old home track. So I made sure that had a little bit of gas left there to try to get him back there in the finish.
Awesome. So I think the girls are finally lining up there, which it's going to be interesting. Oh,
Yeah, hopefully they can get this timing issue figured out soon.
yeah, I hope so.
Do we know how many people are watching?
I don't think so. Gabe probably knows.
So this meet today is live streamed on YouTube, as well as our Facebook page. So you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/live or at facebook.com/SFU-clan. I'm sure you already know that if you're already watching, but
There we go. So it's clearing out a bit out there.
yeah, it's like barely raining now.
I know.
It's a comedy show.
We've got to have fun a bit. Here we go. Another gun start. Testing,
Another
testing.
test. Well, it looks like the clock is working now, which is good.
Yeah. Just really positive out here. So as you guys may know, it's going to be really hard to run some fast time here, but I think this race is going to be a good, kind of a good time trial just to get the competition going and
Yeah, get some race experience in before
yeah, exactly. Just fight for the win.
the California meets.
Yeah. So we have here James Young, former alumni running for SFU, running a big 351 back in the days. He was a team captain, I think, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made a huge impact on the team, really influential. And so how's your life going, James?
Going really well. I've just been traveling a lot and working.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be going to med school soon.
Yeah.
That's a good transition from university.
Yeah. Gonna run the sun run in a couple weeks.
The sun run, oh, against Samir
Yeah.
Dehani.
And you buy it.
And you buy. I hope
Some-
the weather's going to be better for the sun run, which is one of the biggest events in Vancouver for sure.
So it looks like all the
Oh, here we
1,500
go.
girls have their warm-ups off and looks
Yeah.
like they're ready to go soon.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do one heat or something because there's a lot of people lined up there.
Yeah, maybe they'll combine the heats just to make up some time
Yeah.
in the schedule.
Oh, so here we are with Oliver Jorgensen. We talked about him a bit earlier today. He made a big comeback from injury and had his first race today. I know it's probably hard to come back for. Oh, and here we go with the women's 15. We're going to interview Oliver later on today.
So
see,
just in the front leading is Amy, SFU student athlete who's redshirting this season. And also in this heat is Arena Cho, who's sitting in about 5th place right now.
So Amy took it out to make it a competitive race out there. So here we are. There's a lot of girls on this race. It's going to be an exciting finish for sure.
So it looks like we will have the faster heat after this as well. Yeah, quite a few girls in this race, but it should spread out a little after the first lap.
Yeah, so the 15 is quite an interesting race because we know in the 8 that you would go almost all out from the gun, and the 15 is more strategic. You have to pace yourself throughout the race. If you go out too hard, you're going to explode and just can't finish really fast. So you really have to kind of figure the best way to run it. Usually people will cruise through 800 and then start to get going, and with one lap to go, they'll just go for it.
Yeah, so it looks like Amy is still leading, going out pretty hard. Arena is just sitting in the pack just behind. And as you can see, it's strung out a little now. And doesn't look like it's too windy out there, so.
It definitely looks as though it's brightening up a little bit. We got lots of ladies out here.
And there's Amy coming through.
With 2 laps to go. Now they're going to switch the lead here so Amy can recover a bit and get dragged through the finish line. And here they come through 800 with a time of 2:38. And we see Rina Cho trying to hold on.
So they are just under 5-minute pace around for the 1500. And looks like Amy's now in second. Just trying to hang on in front of a few runners that are picking it up.
Yeah, it seems like there's that front runner. Hopefully the rest of the pack can kind of hold on to her and not separate themselves too much. Not let her get away too far. So
Now it looks like
So
these
here they
Seattle
come.
Pacific girls are moving up, and there's a couple Western Washington girls in there, so it's nice to see some GNAC schools making the trip up to Burnaby Mountain to run in the rain. And there's Arena Cho for SFU.
And we have a pretty competitive race out there. There's still 5 girls in contention for the win. And here they come in the back stretch, making a big move with 200 to go.
looks like 2 SPU girls. And they'll be looking to hopefully stretch that first pack out and make their way home. 200 meters to go. There's quite a few different groups now that the packs have kind of stretched out, and they're single file now, all in lane 1.
And here they come down
Our front runners are now moving their way down the home stretch here. Still got Seattle Pacific in the lead.
And Catherine Walker from Seattle Pacific.
And here they come down the stretch.
Take our top 2 spots.
Pretty close race here between the Seattle Pacific
And
girls.
they're going to go
Oh,
exactly
right
5
around
flat.
5 minutes, yeah.
exactly like Lindsay predicted earlier. Oh,
And then there's Amy finishing, red shirt for SFU. And here
my
comes
God.
Arena, finishing hard.
Around 5:16, it looks like,
yeah.
for Arena Cho, representing SFU.
And Arena is a senior, so she'll be done after this outdoor season.
Looks like she had a hard time with that one, put
Yeah.
all her effort out there. The legs are probably feeling a bit less warmed up compared to normal. Hopefully everyone's staying warm and making sure that they're properly warming up and doing all of their adequate strides and drills, and
In section 2.
Yeah, make
just
sure
to
you
make
don't
sure
get
those
injured.
legs are nice and warm.
Exactly.
Now we'll
So
be getting
cold,
ready for Heat 2. There's a few SFU girls in this one.
Paige Knott from Simon Fraser.
Yeah.
Mary Charleston.
I wonder if you feel the lactic when it's so cold outside, eh? I think the lactic can't even build up, which could be a good thing.
Rebecca Bassett running unattached.
Yeah, it's probably more pain than lactic.
Oh yeah, it must be painful.
Megan Roxby.
I haven't seen any gloves on, but
Interesting.
I've seen a few people say that their hands are quite numb, so
I would probably run with some arm sleeves and gloves in this weather.
yeah.
Tracy Melville.
Keep the
Make
warms
sure those
warm.
are the last things that you put
Yeah.
on.
The classic SFU heat rub too, all over your body.
Andrea Koger from Western. Annika Austin running unattached.
Thanks to our great athletic therapist staff that is out and about on the track and in the field today, making sure everyone is healthy and safe, and if there's any injuries that come up, they're readily available.
Yeah, they're doing an amazing job for us. They're every day at the office, making sure we're good to go on the day to give our best performance, and really enjoy the fact that they're there. Really
Definitely.
appreciate it. So the fast heat is gonna line up soon on the line.
Yeah, it
Just
looks
gonna-
like they've got their warm-ups off.
And we have a couple of SFU girls there. Paige
Yeah.
Knock, who qualified for the NCAA Indoor Championship, and she actually made the final in the mile, which was really impressive. And I think she finished ninth.
Yes,
Yeah.
she finished ninth in the
Finished ninth,
final.
just missing All-American.
But
Yeah.
ran 2 personal bests back-to-back, so
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. She was
And-
also running the mile in the DMR.
That's right. Yeah.
And,
So she ran 3 miles.
Yeah, in 3 days.
In 3 days, and came away. They came away with the All-American in the distance medley relay. So that was great team
Yeah.
effort by all of them. With Paige running the mile
Yeah.
in that distance medley relay. And
Yeah,
who else we got in here? It looks like Miriam Bassett, I believe, should be
Yeah,
in there as
Miriam
well. I
Bassett.
see her.
I think Julia Hawley should be there too, but it's hard to say. There's so many girls lined up over there.
and then
We'll
we
see
also
when they
have,
come around.
Exactly.
red shirt Rebecca Bassett, who's been to multiple national championships.
Yeah, she's trying to work on her speed these days, so we'll see what happens in that 15. But
Definitely.
hopefully
Switching
she
it
can
up from the
yeah,
5K.
get the turnover going. She's been doing a lot of 3-2-1s lately too, which is Britt Townsend's classic workout to work on speed.
So we've got Rebecca, who's in a bright neon pink shirt there, and her sister representing SFU will be wearing a SFU singlet. Miriam also doing really well.
She qualified for the NCAA too on the mile. She unfortunately didn't do the final, but it was a great experience. I'm sure she can make it outdoor and make the final out there.
Definitely.
So here comes Paige in second behind a Seattle
Mary
Pacific,
Charleston from Seattle
and
Pacific
Miriam
with
and
Mary
Rebecca
Lee.
just behind
3
her.
laps remaining.
So here they come.
This should be a really competitive field with the Seattle Pacific girls in there and some additions
Race
from the
furthest
local
now,
community.
Paige Knott sitting in second and third.
So here they come at 400 meter, around 112, 113, which is a 430 pace, which is a really decent pace for this weather.
Yeah,
I
we got
think
that Seattle Pacific
Yeah, she wants to keep it
woman
honest,
out
I think.
there. Yeah.
They travel all the way here, so
Yeah,
I would go for it too.
go for it.
So she saw that 400 split and
Yeah.
thought it was a little bit too slow and wanted to pick it up a bit, which spread the field out quite a bit.
Gutsy move early on in the race.
But those SFU girls still within reach, up in the top of the pack there,
Yeah.
with Rebecca also slightly behind Miriam in the pink there.
There's Mary Charleston from Seattle
Working
Pacific.
together, that's good.
Rebecca is a strong competitor in cross country. She was All-American, came 23rd, the highest place finisher for the SFU squad that finished 6th overall at nationals, which was a historic finish for the SFU cross country women's team, who previously placed 7th twice at nationals. So a 6th place finish, and most of those girls will be returning back again this season for another strong, hopefully strong cross country season. So
the leader went through in 228 at the end of it. Miriam Bassett went through in 231. And now she's trying to close the gap with the leaders.
And just like
And
I
they
was
can
saying previously, you don't want to let those girls get too far ahead, or else you're really in no man's land running alone. And that's really hard to do by yourself, try and get a good time when you're running alone. So hopefully she can catch those SPU, the one Seattle Pacific, and looks like an unattached lady there.
It looks like she's actually closing on them, which is really good. And they're
Definitely.
going to come around, bell
Yeah.
lap,
The gap
one
is
lap
definitely
to go.
closing.
Throwing
Miriam
325 for the leaders and 328 for
Bassett.
Miriam going into the last lap here.
So on about 440 440 pace around.
And here they come, 300 meters to go.
Looks like Paige Knock is struggling a little bit there. She's quite the competitor though, so we'll see how she finishes off this last lap.
Yeah, and she just ran an awesome 800 last weekend in San Francisco. She ran a season's best of 209, so that should be, she should qualify to nationals for that. But definitely wants to get her 1500 time down as well. And so Miriam is closing, it looks like, on the second place Seattle Pacific runner.
Yeah, she's having a strong second half of this race. It looks like she is going to catch the Seattle Pacific woman there.
That's a really decent time for this weather. She's going to run a 4:36 here.
4:36.
Bassett's going for second place and 4:41.
4:41 for Miriam. It's well done for her.
And here comes Rebecca,
Grace Featherstone on.
around
Time
450.
of 4:50,
And here's Paige.
4:54.
4:55 for Paige. A big group
Looks
coming
like
in
it's
here
a
together.
bit chilly out there.
Yeah.
Great runs by those ladies. This weather is tough.
Yeah.
Both, physically to make sure that your body's ready for it, but also mentally to gear yourself up and run in the rain, right?
Yeah. I think I'm looking forward to going to sauna afterward and
Yeah,
warm up a little bit.
definitely.
So it looks chilly here.
Yeah. Looks like definitely
So yeah.
everyone needs to make sure that they're also warming down,
Yeah.
cooling down,
I think they're already
and,
already cooling
and
down.
not
so.
literally cooling down.
Yeah.
I mean warming up, warming
Yeah,
up their
so you don't
bodies, but
seize
cooling
up.
it down. Yeah, definitely don't want to get any injuries.
Yeah.
And we're going to get ready for the men to start. Up next.
Also, quite a few people in the men's 1500 meter heats.
I think we have 7 SFU guys in the fast heat. It was going to be really
Coming up next on the top, we
impressive.
have the men's 1500. And again, we have a very large field with 38 runners altogether.
Yeah, 38 runners.
Oh, and look who
Strong
has
field.
the record
Section
here
one,
for
we
the
have
men's
Jordan Wilson,
1500.
Fraser, Ken Halliday,
Yeah, it's kind of a
Cal
heartbreaker to
Pacific.
see that. I'm not going to look at the screen for a second.
Hopefully this record will stick for Mark.
Yeah, I'm sure I can do it in crutches.
Fraser,
Try it out.
Liam O'Reilly, UBC.
So I think we're going
Ian
to start with a
Stanley,
slow heat.
Burry and
And
Harriers,
I don't think we have any SFU athletes in this heat. But
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. We don't have the heat
Yeah.
sheets right in front of us, but as they come around,
Yeah.
we'll spot some of the runners that are in this
I know
first
in the
section.
in the fast heat we have Jalen, we have Jordan Wilson, Matteo, Ephraim Tedeschi, we have Rowan, and Carlos Vargas is going to be running too. Carlos has a really good beginning of a season. He ran 3:55 2 weeks ago at the dual meet, which was almost his personal best. And he's going to try to run a strong 350 this year and maybe qualify for nationals. And we have Cameron Posivia, which is an alumni for SFU, currently working on campus as a team manager, doing an incredible job. He's giving a lot back to the team, following Brett around, and
We'll have to figure out what what's color singlet he's wearing and point it out to
is he
you.
running for Coastal or for
Oh yes,
Valley Royal?
I think he's running for
Coastal.
Coastal.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I believe that their singlet colors are purple. So we'll have to watch out for him.
Yeah.
He'll be a strong contender.
I think in this heat coming up, there's a lot of local high school athletes, so it's nice to see them come out and get their
Yeah.
season started at SFU.
Yeah, and hopefully they're going to join the team in a couple of years too.
It's always really interesting to mix the university and the high school age
Yeah.
groups. Gives the high schoolers an opportunity to see what the university
Yeah.
kids do in these races. Here we go with the oh, we've got a recall on that start. Doesn't look like the timer was set. So we're going to call those gentlemen back to the start as a nice quick stride to test the legs there, and we'll recall them back to the start line and get that race going again.
Yeah. So we have the official results now for the woman 15. Kirsten Lee was the winner with a time of 4:37.12, followed by Miriam Bassett in 4:41. Which is not a bad time for Miriam Bassett, but we know that she has a lot more in her legs, and she should be running way faster next year in Mount Sac. Next week. My God. It's really cold out here. Can't take straight.
So now we'll get these guys lined up again and hopefully go through with a good start this time.
Mm-hmm.
You can see everyone over there at the start line trying to get their clothes back on after being freezing cold racing.
Time to go jump into the saunas up in the change rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Get nice and warm. You never know what to expect when you're planning on racing, so you just got to prepare for everything.
Yep. Never know what to expect on Burnaby Mountain either.
lots of these 1,500 meter runners probably compete in cross country, so they know the harsh conditions of winter weather, which has continued right into spring, it seems.
Yeah, we used to train in the rain too, so.
If you remember last year, we were sitting here in 24-degree weather, which I think was record weather here.
Yeah, I think we
atop
all
the
got
hill.
sunburns.
So
And I think a couple years ago it was snowing for the steeple and then sunny in the afternoon. So you never know what's going to happen up here. But I guess it's good there's no snow today.
I hope the snow days are behind us now.
Yeah. So these guys are lining up again, hopefully with a clean start.
So we actually have one SFU athlete in there, Jalen, which just got a brand new haircut. He really looks like Carlos right now. So
Yeah,
I
that's
hope
what I
the
thought
team's not
too.
going to turn out into Carlos. Maybe it's going to be a mandatory haircut to have now. If you want to join SFU, we'll see. So here they go. Slow heat of the 1500. There's a lot
But they're
of
getting
people.
out quick there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're in a race with that many people, you got to get out fast and get a good positioning so that you don't get swallowed up in the pack and boxed in.
It looked like at the 200 meter mark there, it kind of slowed down and you could see people jostling a little bit. So as they come along the straightaway here, we'll see them most likely string out a little bit these next couple laps.
John Castillo and Ben
And
Holland.
Jalen is now third, just right behind the leaders.
3 laps remaining.
So that's a good position to be in. You're getting the wind blocked for you and in a good position to strike at the end and have a good finish.
Exactly, you get some other people working for you.
We
So-
may happen to yell out and be cheering for some of our comrades out there. We train with them every day, so if you hear us, we're just trying to help them out and cheer them on.
Exactly.
Looks like that first 400 was around 60. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
speedy
we
face
can't
for
really
Jalen,
see
but-
exactly where it is, so
It's a
don't take
guesstimate.
my word for it, but it looked like it was around there, which is pretty fast for
Just
starting.
over 2 laps remaining.
And here they come.
So we've got our SFU member there, Jalen,
From Simon Fraser.
in that top lead pack.
So Jalen is right there at the front still, just waiting to make his big move. He has a strong PB of 4.7, which is really good. He improved a lot since his first year. And they just came through 800 in 2:16.
So maybe that first lap wasn't 60.
No, it was probably 51 or something, eh? Just joking around. It was probably around 64, 65.
Yeah. I just got too excited.
600 meters
You're
to go.
talking
Still
800
1
meter
plus
times
2.
there.
From Canadian Pacific. And Jalen Second from Simon Fraser.
So now these front two runners are accelerating a little bit, creating a bit of a gap.
Coming the down stretch.
Now hopefully Jalen can hang on to those guys and make sure that he's got some help to get him through the last lap here.
3:06, 1 lap to go.
Liam Stanley from Prairie and Harriers taking over third. Jalen Second.
So he's got a
from
couple
Simon
people to
Fraser,
chase in the
74.
last 350 here.
Got lots of
And this is
local
turning into a
lower
two-mile
mainland
race.
clubs out here today. I see the Valley Royals and Royal
Over
City
200
Track.
meters to go. Still Juan Castillo
We've got
and
the
Holland
Hershey
challenging
Harriers
on that
out here.
stretch.
Great to see lots of local track club members out here.
Oh, okay.
We've got these top 2 runners that will be coming down the home stretch in a second here.
Yeah, down the home stretch they come.
The front
Here
runner
we
there,
go.
he looks pretty strong coming down,
Big
making
move
his way to
toward
the
end.
finish.
It's going to be Juan Castillo running unattached.
Castillo.
This race.
Good strong finish.
It's going to be just over 4:10, 4:11 here.
Seattle Pacific.
4:13 Seattle Pacific.
Liam
And here
Stanley
comes
from
Jalen.
Burnaby Harriers. Jalen Sekon, Simon Fraser. Ian
Here comes
Doherty
Jalen 4:24,
from Hershey Harriers.
which is not his best time ever, but considering the
Ian
weather,
Crochet from Coquitlam Cheetahs.
we can't expect a lot today.
Lots of tough athletes out here performing
Yeah.
under poor conditions. So great to see their adversity and still getting out there and getting the job done.
Yeah, it's great to see them.
We've got our last few athletes here finishing up. And then we'll make our way back over to the start line again for our next section of 1,500 meter men.
Yeah, this fast section is going to be really interesting. We have Theo Hunt. He's running for
UBC alumni.
Yeah, I think he's running for BCEP now.
Yeah.
He's more comfortable on the road for 5K, 10K, but we'll see what he can do today on the track. It's always good to get the legs going a bit.
And then we've got quite a few SFU athletes. There's
So we can see them lining up right now. Brendan Wong, Ephraim Tadesi, Matteo De Dalmase, Carlos Vargas, and
Rowan.
Doherty.
And then we have alumni Cameron Prosteviat, who was 800 meter All-American indoor last year at the National Championships.
Coming up
So
now, we have
he's
section
just
2,
opening up
the
his
men's
season
1,500 meters.
in a 1500, and I think he's doing the 800 later on too.
Yeah.
Cameron Coastal Track, Ryan Brockerville running unattached.
Oh, Ryan
Theo
Brockerville
Hunt
probably
from
pacing the
BCEP.
race.
Tanner Geary, UBC. Caleb DeYoung, Langley Mustangs. Kieran Lum, UBC. Ephraim Tedeschi, Simon
So
Fraser.
they'll get started
Charlie
pretty quick
Fernandez,
here.
Hershey Harriers. Logan Geese. Western Washington, Tyler DeYoung from Langley Mustangs. Mateo De
So we are really excited to watch the guys going today.
Looks like that fog is kind of
It's
moving in a
gonna
little
be
bit there.
fun.
Ian Fawcett, Western Washington. Dylan Hayes, Western
Looks like it's not
Washington.
raining as hard as before.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Please don't jinx it.
It seems like we moved from one positive thing to the next. We said it looked like it was clearing up. We got some fog moving in.
Yeah.
We'll take whatever positives we can get. That's how we roll. Team optimistic here,
Yeah.
underneath the tent, commentating.
So they are all lined up, ready to go. So here we go. Woo!
Hopefully Mark's record isn't under threat here. And
So it's really foggy right now, but we're gonna try to give some accurate split this time at the 400 meters. Try to keep you guys informed about the race and how fast they're going.
yeah, it's pretty hard to see. It looks like
Yeah.
fog just came through in the last 5 minutes. So
So out in front right now is
that looks like Cameron.
it? Oh yeah, long legs. Cameron Proseviat.
So here's our alumni running for Coastal Track Club, leading the race.
Nice jersey, by the way.
Right behind him, we got Rowan,
And
Doherty, and
yeah.
Carlos,
So the SFU guys are all there. Just
Brendan,
Hang on.
Ephraim.
Cameron's pulling the cows.
And then Mateo just behind Ephraim.
Yeah. So here they come at 400 meters. They're gonna go through 63, which is a 4 flat base.
So hopefully we can keep that pace honest here.
Yeah.
carry some guys through to some good times.
Yeah, it hasn't strung out too much yet, so
No,
I
everyone
think
is in
they'll be trying to
contention.
pick it up a little bit here.
Not sure anyone can see anything through the fog,
Oh my
but
God,
we'll
it's
try.
foggy. Okay.
We'll try and help you out here by
So,
commentating.
Yeah. Cameron is still leading right now. Everyone's hanging on. I think it's going to spread out maybe next lap.
We're also trying to see through the umbrellas.
Just over
Yeah,
2 laps
so
remaining.
Cameron's
It's
still
Cameron
leading.
Vasilyev from Coastal Track.
Let's go, boys!
Still pretty bunched up.
So we
Rowan's
go to-
in about
We have Cameron,
place.
but it looks like Western Washington moving to the front now, and Rowan looks like he's trying to get to the outside so he can make a move.
Carlos Vargas is still hanging on. Brendan Wong with his arm sleeves.
Yeah.
And Matteo working together. And here they come at 800 meters. 208, which is still 4 flat
Logan
base.
Dees from Western now moving
I think
in
now
first
Cameron's
place.
just
Cameron
gonna sit on him and
another second.
and then
Keep
just
his
try to kick
energy.
for a win.
exactly. That's the spirit.
It's really all about the race experience today, not so much focused on times just because of the conditions, but just having a good race experience and hard effort is
try
really
to
all
go
you
for the
can
win.
hope for today.
So,
We'll see if Cameron, he's moved back up
Cameron
into the
Back up
front
to the
spot
Coastal
there.
Track retaking the
And
lead.
they're coming into 1 lap to go. Everyone's still pretty bunched up. Rowan now just made a big move up to be beside Cameron.
go on! So here they come with 1 lap to go. 2:57 on the clock.
Rowan Burnaby from-
And they're
from
probably going to run
Seven
around 4
seconds
minutes.
for the
Yeah,
lead right now.
hopefully
Cameron
just under
Vasilyev.
4
Yeah.
if they can finish hard.
Looks like Mateo moved up there. He's the second SFU
Rowan Burnaby
member out
sitting
there.
second.
And then
So here
Ephraim.
they go, starting to make a move with 200 to go. That's where the race starts to get going. And woo, it's going to be an exciting finish.
Yeah, Rowan's right up there. There's about four guys in contention for the win.
Cameron is still leading right now. Rowan's going to try to hang on. And we know that he has a strong kick usually in the last straightaway.
Yeah, Rowan's a great competitor.
Cameron Vasilyev holding on to a narrow lead with
So here they
80
come.
meters to go.
It's a little bit windy out
Yeah,
here. Here
50
comes
meters to go.
Cameron down the home
Emerson
stretch.
Warriors in second place.
Looks like he's going to take
Vasilyev
this.
and that.
And Rowan in third.
Rowan Doherty
3:58
in second
and 3:59 for Rowan, just under 4.
And Rowan just recently ran 3:57 in San Francisco, so it's pretty consistent for him. He can definitely run faster.
Yeah.
And then here comes Ephraim crossing the line, and
4:13.
now Brendan.
And Carlos Vargas is still.
And
Coming
then Carlos coming through.
So,
So Mark's record stands.
woo! This is something good happening in my life in the past month. So, I'm going to take that as a positive thing. So, we have a live comment here by Jalen, which
It's really cold out there.
thanks for being positive.
Yeah, so Jalen.
It's brightening
just
up any
finished.
minute now.
Barely
Next up on the
raining.
track, we will have the women's 100 meters
So
followed by the men's.
officially,
And we'll make
Cameron
the
3:57. It looks like that
Starting
came up on the
game
clock
late.
there.
That was lost earlier.
And next event on the track is the women's 100.
Mateo 4:07. Carlos
Yeah, 3:57.92 for Cameron, which is
Rowan
a
3:58.
good workout.
I think Cameron was planning on running the 800 meters
Okay.
as well later today, so
Yeah, he should definitely do it. Considering the weather, I think it's they should get a good workout in instead of being focused on time.
And here comes Mateo. Just finished the 1500.
Yeah. He's actually wearing my spikes, and I was expecting him to give them a big PB out here, but.
Oh, me? Sorry.
So, Mateo, we know it's a hard weather here, but how do you think the race went, and just tell us how it went.
It went well. It's always hard in these conditions to run. So, and with the delay and everything, it wasn't easy. But it went better than I expected. I kind of I didn't want to. I wasn't very ambitious from the beginning. I just wanted to keep the pace and just take it as a workout. So I'm happy with the race overall.
That's awesome, man. So we're gonna see Matteo next week in Mount Sac for sure, running a 15 and a 5K.
We'll see. Yeah.
I like your answer.
I'm sure the conditions will be better there than
Yeah.
here.
So make sure to draw my spikes, please. And thanks for throwing a big PB on them 407.
Thanks for the spikes.
You're welcome.
It's the spikes.
Yeah, it's their first official race actually, so
Oh.
it's good to get them out there. Yeah, man. Take care. Oh.
So the gun has made its way down to the 100 start, and the women's 100 meter is still warming up here. Everybody's got their warm-ups on still. Be getting started in a couple minutes. And now we have the men's 1500 official results.
Woo! It's really windy out here. Lindsay dropped her coffee. I don't know if she's gonna finish the day without it.
I think
Oh my
iced
God.
coffee. We might have to hang from the tent here to make sure it doesn't blow away.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, we'll just ask a freshman to go get another coffee for us. So here we go, the 100 meter. It's gonna be an exciting race. So as we know, it's really hard to run sprint events in the cold because you want to make sure you're well warmed up.
We
don't wanna
have,
get any injury or anything. But we have Joel Webster, a 47
Yeah, Joel's going to join
400
us
guy.
here.
To commentate some sprint
Exactly.
events.
Hopefully
He's not a
you can,
100 meter sprinter, but he's 200 and 400, so close enough.
Yeah, so hopefully he has some good knowledge about the sprint events.
Yeah, hopefully.
No, man. It's unfortunate, but we'll have to go with the flow. So Joel Webster has been on the team for 3 years now. I think it's not his
4 years.
4 years. Oh my God, went fast. And here they come. Oh no!
No.
Nope.
It was a
Another
test.
false.
I think
They're just getting us with these test guns.
So what would be the typical workout for 100 meters and sprint events? What would you guys do?
100 meters people would, first off, are doing a lot of kind of shorter, so mostly under 200 meters kind of sprints. So you'll have days of short sprints, 20, 30, 40 meters. You have your longer days, so you're doing like your 150s, 250s, just get a little bit of that endurance, especially if you're a 1-2 kind of guy or girl. And I don't know, if you're also doing some weight room stuff, working on the explosiveness, block work, a lot of technique kind of stuff. So it's a mix. You just gotta work with it. And
Yeah, technique really matters in the 100 too, eh?
technique is huge, and that's what when people first come, we try and really focus on that, trying to get it down so they can be as efficient as possible while they run. So, but great day for sprinting.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to run a good time here.
Yeah.
So we don't have the heat sheets in front of us, so we're not sure how many heats there are of these hundreds, but we should get them going pretty quick here.
Yeah, so we have Carson in lane 3, Wong in lane 5, Castillo in lane 6, and Lagerstrom in lane 7. So Joel went to pick up a heat list for us. It's going to be easier to keep you guys updated of who's running and how far is it going to go.
All right, it looks like this first heat of the women's 100 has
On the
their
track right now,
warm-ups
heat
off,
one, in lane 3.
ready to go. They're just getting into their
Dallas
blocks
Lane
now.
Carson from Chilliwack. Lane 4, Larissa Tadai. UBC. Lane 5, Jillian Wong, Vancouver Olympic. Lane 6, Jonah Castillo, Chilliwack. And in lane 7, Kristen Langerstrom from Running Unattached.
And here they're off for the first heat of the women's 100 meters. Looks like there's some local athletes from clubs around here, and then one
Larissa
UBC
Tadei
athlete
from
who takes the win.
UBC taking that heat.
I think she went just under 14. We're gonna have an official time here in a couple seconds. So here we go, 13:63.
13:63 winning time.
13:63 winning time. So do we have any SFU athletes in that 100 meter on the women's side?
I'm not sure at the moment. I was looking for the heat sheets,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure Kira
If you
and
don't mind, yeah, that'd be amazing.
Catherine will be running, and Natasha Friedman for sure.
So, how are you?
Coming up now, we have section
sore
2.
now.
Yeah.
Women's 100 meters. Lane 1, Natasha Friedman, Simon Fraser.
Yeah, so Natasha
Lane
Friedman
2,
is
Cameron Ewan, Northwestern.
up in this heat for SFU.
Regular?
Yeah.
Lane 4, Hannah
amazing, man.
Bradley,
Thanks a lot.
Western. Lane 5, Emily Russell, UBC. Lane 6, Ange Kenshi from Coquitlam Cheetahs. Lane 7, Amara Duncan from the Cheetahs. And lane 8, Natasha Lazecki, Simon Fraser.
And then we also have Natasha Lizecki in this heat, who's also an SFU sprinter.
I don't think Natasha Lezecki will be running today. I think she just got back from her long jump, so
Oh.
and she's probably pretty cold from sitting around waiting
Yeah.
for new jumps there. So I can see if she's not in this race.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight
Yeah, it's
time
understandable.
crunch. Especially in this weather, she's probably soaked from long jump.
Yeah, and it sounds like the rain's getting even harder, so it's gonna be a fun race.
Yeah. So just Natasha Friedman for SFU. And they're getting into their blocks. And I believe the runner in lane 2, Carson Wen, is coming to SFU as a freshman next year. So you can look out for her in lane 2.
looks
Friedman's
like-
gonna try to take it here.
Looks like Natasha
Yes.
Friedman got the win.
Followed closely by Jay Duncanson, UBC.
I think they were in the 13 lows.
Looked like Natasha Friedman had a nice little surge there at the end and kind of pulled ahead. So it'd be neat to see what she runs there.
Very close finish. We'll look at final official results.
And here you have a shot of Natasha Friedman.
So can't see her time yet,
Yeah. So we'll show the replay until we get the official time here. It's supposed to come up pretty soon.
Yeah, nice.
God, I don't think that's good
Oh.
enough. But
yeah.
Oh, no time.
okay, so
Does it work?
Okay, coming up now, we have heat 3 of the women's 100 meter. Lane 1, Kelsey McLean from Western. Lane 2, Kira Peterson, Simon Fraser. Lane 3, Kathy
also we have
Davis,
Kira
Simon
here
Fraser.
from Simon Fraser. She
Lane 4,
qualified
Janelle
for the
Bell
NCAA
Spence,
championship
Vancouver
indoor, did she?
Redbirds.
Oh, she was on
Lane
the
5,
edge.
Hassie
Kira has had
Fafita
actually a pretty phenomenal season so far. She's almost had a personal best every race she's had.
Okay.
So she had a streak of like 9 races in a row of just personal bests.
Macy Allen, Western.
Yeah. So, and then Catherine Lucas, if she's running today,
Catherine Lucas.
she went to NCAA Indoor Div 2 Nationals for the 200 meter with a PB of 24:34. Really fast indoor time right there. So she's running today. Which looks like she is. We need to see what she runs. She'll probably be aiming for that sub 12, but we got a pretty heavy rain and lots of wind, so.
Yeah, she's going to be a good addition to the team for sure. She's part of the next generation that's starting to build up at SFU. And we need those young athletes to help the team move forward and get better.
Yeah, and right now it seems like their 4x1 is super strong. They got a lot of really fast, 12 low, and I think Catherine's personal best is actually at sub 12, so we need to see what she runs right now.
Oh, there's a false start.
Some trouble in the start, yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago at the dual meet, I think Kira ran the 200, 100, and
the
4x1, and she PB'd in all. I think I heard that.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. She's had some pretty phenomenal races.
Yeah.
And she's,
It's great to see athletes improving all the time. So now they'll just get ready into their blocks again.
Yeah, watching lane 3, Catherine Lucas.
She's fast.
She's got some great top speed. Once she gets top speed, she just pulls ahead.
So here they come.
Here you can see Catherine slowly pulling ahead. Easily got the win here, and see what she runs. Woo! Could be a 12 low.
It's great for this weather.
Yeah, that's phenomenal for this weather. You're not going to get some super fast times here.
Yeah, she's probably carrying 5 pounds of water weight too on her right now. the singlet looks heavy.
Yeah.
So,
here we go.
12:21. Pretty solid time for such weather. And
Catherine Lucas, unofficial winning time, 12:21.
There she is, and Coach Britt Townsend and Tom in there too.
Tommy D. And now she's probably going to go warm up with her teammates in the sauna.
Yeah. This kind of weather is not ideal for sprinting.
No.
You really risk, if you have any hamstring issues, you really got to make sure you're warmed up. Or if not, it's the type of weather that you're just cold all the time, and if your muscles are cold, muscles are going to go.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what we don't want. So the men are up now.
Total of 29 athletes.
29 athletes.
Section 1, running out of lane 2, Mackenzie Riddell, Northwesters. Lane 3, Mike Tang.
SFU's got a couple
lane 4,
100-meter athletes in today. We got Nathan Ma and Daniel Calloway are 2 to look at, and I think they're both aiming for some sub-11 times today. We'll see if that's going to happen.
A little hard to see on the feed here.
So.
Oh, so we can see the 800 girls going to warm up now. And we have Britt Townsend here with us today. So she's the head coach of the SFU team, and she has something to say to you all today. We're really grateful for you guys to come over and compete at our meet. And could we have maybe 1 or 2 words about Emilie Mondor, since you coached her personally? So you coached her for 2 years now? No, you coached her for 3 years, I guess.
She has nothing to
So
say.
she has nothing
Too
to
cold.
comment here. So gotta go. Okay. But Emilie Mondor was really a great athlete here. She broke 15 minutes on the 5K, which is incredible for a woman.
First woman in Canada.
She was the first woman in Canada to break 15. Yeah.
Are you guys on air right now?
Yeah. No.
Freezing.
Yeah.
When? Huh?
Oh, looks like the men's 100 is about to start.
We're down to 2 competitors here. Looks like,
Only 2 in this
Diego
field.
Arasso from Chilliwack. Diego Arasso from Chilliwack and Yuhan Kim from Brooks Secondary.
Woo. Tell me that. Why don't you go with the 2 at the start of the 2s? Then you'll miss the hurdles and stuff, but that's okay. You'll have lots of time to do it.
Maybe we can find someone else
To do it.
What do you have to do?
Are you racing?
Arasso's winning time on official
Oh,
age,
okay.
12:28.
I'll take care of it. So, 12:28 for the winner. These are enough fun.
Looks like there's a few more heats of the 100.
Coming up now, we have section 2 of the men's 100 meters. In lane 1, Lucas Small from Chilliwack.
Thank you.
Lane 2, David Troy.
So we got some
Pacific.
official results for
Lane
the
3,
women's
David
100.
Pinsky, Coco Martinez.
Natasha
Lane 4, Kyle Jang.
Friedman
from
won
Thunderbirds.
section 2 in
Lane 5,
12:97.
Caleb Hoey from Nor'Westers. Lane 6, Chris Bench, Seattle Pacific. Lane 7.
Looks like
Zach Pfeiffer,
Captain
Seattle Pacific, and lane 8,
Captain Lucas won
Christian Wong.
12:21 in the
Also
last
from
heat,
Seattle
and looks like Kira Peterson was DQ'd due to Rule 163-7. I'm assuming that's a false start, but not quite sure. And so, but overall, some okay times for the weather considering. Coming up next should be the men's
Heat 2.
Heat 2. Excited looking at Nathan Ma and Daniel Calloway, looking for that sub
Yeah.
11 meet.
I think it'll be more in Heat 5 though, because they have about 30 entries in that 100 meters. So
Yeah.
they're going to be in the fast heat probably.
Yeah. But
And the record holder of this event, Adam Newton, which was running for SFU in 2010, has a record in 10:80. Adam Newton, which was such a great sprinter for the team. I remember those crazy 4x4 they were running back in the days. Really impressive.
Back in the NAIA days.
Yeah.
So they're just getting into their blocks now for Heat 2 of the men's 100. And they're off. Doesn't look like there's any SFU runners in here, just local clubs and a couple Seattle Pacific athletes.
looks like lane 3 pulled ahead there right
Looks
this last
like David
second.
Pinsky from Coco Lonchitas taking that heat. Kyle Zhang very close.
$11.8,
And
not bad
Pinsky
for
with, unofficial winning time of 11:80.
Heat 2. Things are just going to get faster as we get to the later heats.
Now we have section 3, men's 100, lane 1, Robert Battis from Simon Fraser. Lane 2, Soma Chim from Western Washington. Lane 3, Mark
All right,
Cole,
so we're just
CBC.
gonna
Lane
get to
4,
lane
Oliver
3 or
Paul,
Heat 3 of the
Emilie
men's
Paul
100
Pétu
now.
From Seattle Pacific. Lane 5, Kenny Blackman Jr., Oceanside. Lane 6, Nathan Kayem from Simon Fraser. Lane 7, Brian Lee, Vancouver Thunderbirds. Lane 8, Ben Wang, running under
So it
10.
looks like there's some SFU runners in this one, but it's a little hard for us to see.
Yeah, I don't think Robert Batiste will be running today. He's just been out due to injury. And
Yeah. I think
I think that was the only.
he's doing some shot put these
Think
days, I
I-
heard.
No, I think he moved to javelin.
Oh, javelin.
So
I thought I heard Nathan's name, but maybe.
it said Nathan, but it wasn't Nathan Ma.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
do this at all now.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for you guys to see through the fog now.
Such this fog.
So we'll try to call it out as best we can, but it's hard for us to see as well.
This idea of just so many people tuning in right now, just ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
I think so. Dude, all of us have used high teams. This is a big meet.
So now Heat 3 is getting their warm-ups off. Looks like
11.8's the fastest time today, so we'll see if Heat 3 can beat that time. Everyone's trying to keep their sweats on as long as possible so they don't have to be out in the cold. So
yeah, not many people on the infield either. Everyone trying to warm up as much as they can inside and then come out at the last minute. All right, they're getting ready to go now, getting into their blocks, as you can kind of see.
Oh my god, cross country!
And we have some heat sheets now, which is helpful.
it's it's not. So Heat 3's off. Looks like UBC is taking the lead.
Very close between
Yeah, and UBC's
Whoa.
going to take it.
That could
Mark
be
Bowles, UBC, and
11
Kenny
mid,
Blackman Jr.
most likely. Let's see. We'll wait for the time.
Looks like Mark Bowles from UBC. We'll wait and see the results.
So looks like there's 4 heats of this 100. So there's one more after this.
It's the winner with a time of 11:18 Coles.
Oh, that's a fast one. That's the fastest
Yeah.
time today.
It's getting faster every heat. That's what we like to see. So, someone spilled some spaghetti sauce on the entries, but we're still going to be able to read through it.
Yeah, so up next we have a couple SFU men in this last fastest heat of the 100.
It's going to be a really
We got
exciting
Daniel
heat.
Kellaway. Daniel Kellaway, lane 1. He's got a PB of 11:10. He's hoping to beat that today for sure. Go sub 11. And then in lane 3 we have Nathan Ma, who's got a PB of 10.85. So he's been really close this year in getting that. He's run a 10.91. So maybe today's the day he can drop below that. But people look out for James Lynn from Coquitlam Cheetahs. He's got a PB of 10.58. I'm pretty sure he ran that at the dual meet a couple weeks ago.
10.58, that's really fast.
He's a real powerful runner, so he's another one to look out for.
And our SFU runner Daniel is normally specializing in the 400 and 200, so looks like he's working on his speed today and dipping into the 100 meter.
Yeah,
but he was very close to making indoor nationals in the 400 this past March.
Yeah. He ran a solid time of 47.95.
Yeah. He was so close.
So close. What was it? Like, was he the first
He
one out?
was the first one. Yeah, he was the first one out.
Yeah.
Which is
brutal.
100 meters. Lane 1, Daniel Kellaway from Simon Fraser. Lane 2, Nicholas Ian, Coquitlam Cheetahs.
So here they go, announcing the athletes on the line. They're going to start the race really soon. Hopefully you guys can see something on the camera right now. It's pretty foggy, but
I think you can see one Simon Fraser singlet there
Yeah,
in the red and the white.
yeah, I think they forgot to take out a plastic bag on the camera.
He's got his applause.
So we'll keep you guys updated. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's pretty foggy out there.
Yeah.
The 400
Give you
meter
some
start.
official
As soon
results.
as this race is done, the blocks crew, please move them down to the 400 meter start.
So Daniel Kellaway is known for his slower start and faster finish. Well, Nathan Moss got a pretty solid start, and so let's kind of watch and see what happens today.
Yeah, this is the fastest heat of the day, so
So here they go in the blocks.
Lane 1 and 3 watching. Ooh, looks like you're up and set and something happened, so no gun. Looks like they'll try it again. Green card.
so no one disqualified in that section.
Probably a technical error right now.
What?
So here they go again.
Ooh, we got a little bit of a headwind coming down the stretch, so hopefully that calms down. And they're off.
So
Looks like Daniel Kellaway is taking the lead right away.
yeah, Daniel got a good start.
Nathan Mall pulling ahead.
Nathan Moss gonna take
Nathan
it.
Mall.
Nice.
Woo!
Followed by
11 low.
Taylor from Western Washington, but it's Nathan Law from SFU taking that heat.
I think it's gonna
Pretty
be
good
around
for
11,
the
10.
conditions.
Yeah, hopefully let's see.
Oh, 11:08.
11:08.
11:08.
Okay.
Followed by Taylor from Western Washington and Sandu from Universal Athletics.
So this was the last heat of the 100. I think we're gonna follow with the 4s now. We have a couple women, a couple men in the 4.
Yeah, so women's 400 is up next. And there's a few SFU people. I think there's 3 sections of the women's 400. So we don't have any SFU in the first section, but we've got Nicole Lindsay in the second section, and then in section 3 we have Jasmine Gill, Alana Masato, and that's it for Simon Fraser.
This is so hard for me. I want to say
So we'll just get the gun down here to the start and get them going.
I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Brockerville watching back in Newfoundland right now. Ryan says hello. I love you, mommy, and I miss you.
So here we have the winner of the 2K steeple. Giving a shout out to his mom. He's really excited to go home soon.
Yeah. And tonight we have our alumni casino night fundraiser at the Highland Pub. So feel free to come by if you want to play some fun casino games, and there's also a silent auction.
It's always a fun night.
And all proceeds go to our track and field program.
Okay, so we can see now the 400 girls are warming up still. We're starting to.
And it looks like we're going to have our 200 guys come in for an interview. Here comes Daniel Kellaway.
The pride of Newfoundland.
How do you feel out there?
Very cold. Very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, not ideal.
Not
This guy
ideal
still managed
conditions.
to get a decent times.
And we have Nathan here as well.
It was alright. Yeah, a little bit cold, a little bit chilly.
Sit down so that you can see them.
Oh.
What? How was the start?
It was actually pretty bad. I landed flat-footed, and then I stumbled out, but recovered well after that, I think. Yeah.
It looked like you had an okay start.
Yeah, I was actually pretty happy with it. It's usually not very good for me, but the rest of the race didn't really go all that well. But
Didn't pull through, huh?
Oh well.
No injuries, so we got out.
That's true. No bullpen.
Survived, so that's good. Can't wait for California now.
Is this the last race for the day for you two? Or?
Yeah, I'm done.
Done? Are you done as well?
I don't know yet. Maybe a 200 later. We'll see if the weather's a bit nicer.
Well, good job, guys.
Thank you.
Go warm up.
Yeah.
Time study.
Play mark.
So
Okay,
now the
What is
first
it?
heat of the women's 400 are testing out the blocks.
Yeah, so hopefully we're gonna get more interviews for you guys later on in the day, and yeah.
My mom texted me.
So there you can see the
No way.
upcoming track meets that the SFU team will be competing at. So next weekend we'll be going to the Mount Sac Relays, and there's a couple other meets in the area that people will be competing at. So there's the Brian Clay Invitational that's at Azusa Pacific University, and then the Long Beach Invite on Saturday, which is at Cerritos College.
Yeah, those two meets, especially the
Yeah.
Brian Clay one, I've been for in the past. For me, have been really good meets, and it's always nice and warm, and it's good atmosphere there. So hopefully we can get some fast times come those
Yeah.
meets.
And then the class is going to go to the Cardinal Classic, which is in Stanford once again. We're probably going to bring the top runners there because it's a really good meet to make some standards, run some good times to qualify for nationals.
Yeah, that one's mostly a distance race, is it not?
It's more distance race,
or
yeah.
a distance meet kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we have some official results here. In the men's 100, Nathan Ma took the win in 11:08. And then we have some field results. So the women's discus throw was won in 49.3 meters by Mara Tyrell from K-Jax Track Club. And we had no SFU women in the discus today.
I don't think we have any discus throwers actually.
No, not anymore. And Diana Voloshin won the 100-meter hurdles this morning in 14:63. So she also just missed indoor nationals this past March. So she was also the first one out. I think by 1/100th of a second she missed it.
It was really close.
Yeah. So
now the 400 girls are lining up. They're in their block, ready to go. The slow heat of the 400.
And here we go, section 1.
Here we
three,
go.
400 meters for women.
Well, they're off. The flags don't look like they're moving, so might be good for no wind. So hopefully they're all warm and ready to run around a 400 meter.
Lane 6, Danielle Costco, K-Jax, and on lane 7, Kaylee.
So
O'Flaherty,
down the backstairs they go.
Running unattached.
Running hard. Ooh. Starting to be
Right, a
windy
little
again.
Gust of wind there.
Yep, it's going to be tough as they turn this corner, but when they get to that final stretch, they'll have a little bit of a tailwind.
It's always nice to finish down the home stretch with a tailwind.
And it's Kayla Smith.
Yeah, especially the 400 when you start getting that lactic.
Yeah, in the hardest part.
Yep.
Kayla Smith. Oceanside.
So it looks
Taylor
like
Smith
Oceans
is gonna
takes the
come
win in this heat.
61, which is not too bad for this kind of weather.
Finishing in 3rd spot.
So we'll have the official results here while they prepare heat 2 on the track.
61:30 was the winning time right there. So solid opener for the heats.
And here's heat 2 setting up the blocks. Nicole Lindsay from SFU is in this heat.
Yeah, I think she has a PB of 58 so far. She ran last week in San Francisco.
I think she's run a faster time.
Back in high school?
57. Yeah, I think her PB is down to 57, so she's hoping probably to get close to that today. Who knows if she can do that in this weather, but
Hopefully a season's best at least.
oh yeah, and sometimes it's the weirdest situations where you PB. That's what I found.
Yeah.
Pass.
When you least expect it.
Now we have
Exactly.
Section 2, women's 400 meters in lane 3. Maren Shields Brown from the Nanaimo track. Lane 4, Leah McWilliam, UBC. Lane 5, Nicole Lindsay, Simon Fraser. Lane
So
6,
Nicole's going to be in lane 5.
UBC.
So every runner are in their block right now. On your mark.
Watching lane 5 with Nicole Lindsay.
So it's definitely less windy right now, so hopefully they can run sub 60.
Less wind, but more rain, seems like.
So off they go. Nicole in lane 5.
Looks like she's slowly making up stagger on lane 6 on the outside.
They're leading so far, but Leanne McWilliam starting to make up the stagger out in lane
And
4.
now she's just moving into the lead.
Nicole Lindsay from Simon Fraser running well.
Yeah, Nicole is actually leading right now.
But lane 4 is trailing her pretty hard.
Yeah. So it's going to come down to that final curve.
Let's hope we get a little bit of a gust of wind when they come down this backstretch.
She's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Nicole's looking real strong right here.
Yeah.
And very close right now between Lindsay and
So coming around the final turn.
Down the home stretch they go.
from Simon Fraser.
Pulling away. Nicole Lindsay.
Leah McWilliam in second
And she's
place.
definitely going to go sub 60, I think. 57, 58, 59.
Yeah.
It's going to be Lindsay, McWilliams, and Shields Brown.
59 seconds in those conditions is really good.
59:17 is the official.
Yeah.
So
Pretty consistent. Hopefully in that California heat she can go sub 58.
So now the fast heat of the 400. I think we have Alana Musato in this heat. Alana, which is probably going to be part of the 4x4 team this year.
yeah, is she also running the 800 today?
I think the 800 is right after, so I don't think she's going to run it.
Oh, okay.
I think she's going to run the 4 and work on the speed for the 8.
Yeah,
she
she
ran a
just-
solid 208 last week in San Francisco.
Yeah,
which,
big personal best for
yeah.
her last week
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
It should qualify her to nationals.
Yeah.
Was that 208? Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
208.
was a fast time.
Mhm. Yeah, they're also doing really well this year, sprinting-wise and distance.
Yeah, sprinting-wise, we got a lot of new athletes, a lot of fresh new athletes ready to go. So
it's pretty incredible, though, that they're running so fast since we got so much snow up here in the last few months. We've been running on treadmills, and the sprinters have been running in the gym.
Yeah, we've had to roll out mats and
running the AQ,
rolling out mats to do a couple sprint workouts and
getting some dirty looks by the students actually going to class.
Yeah, it's definitely been a tougher.
Yeah, it's been a tough winter for sure.
For training and
really interesting.
Jasmine Gill in lane 1 from Simon Fraser. Jasmeet Nijar, Universal Athletics.
Yeah, I think everyone was really excited to get back on the track. I remember a bunch of us was shoveling the track a month ago.
Yeah, and
which was
had to shovel the track before practice on one Saturday a couple months ago.
Yeah,
had the whole team shoveling.
Which shows how dedicated people were to get a good workout in.
So this heat should be pretty fast. There's a few Seattle Pacific girls, which they always have some good 400-meter runners. There's always a good showdown for the 4x4 at the GNAC Conference Championships.
So as you can see, Alana is not using the block.
So maybe she's working on her 800 start.
Classic distance start.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the 800 guys and girls do that. And but like, if you don't know how to do like blocks properly, there's really no point. And if you're not going to pull away right at the start, and for someone like Alana, she's going to have a stronger finish than a sprinter would. So.
Yeah, so these SPU girls are getting out hard in the first 200.
Yeah,
they're really going out.
So I think it's going to be an exciting finish here.
Yeah, we can see now.
Alana's making up some ground now.
Here comes the distance strength coming through.
Exactly. The single gear.
Single gear all the way around.
Even split all the way around. So here they come, the last stretch. Seattle Pacific.
Alana's making up some ground in third place now.
They're actually moving right now.
Yeah.
54, 55. 56 second on that 100.
So Alana was about 57 high, maybe 58.
56 is a really good time considering the weather. So, 56.76 for Taylor, Seattle Pacific. Alana goes right under 58 with an official 57.98.
Nice, that's a good time for her for the weather today.
Chantal Desch, who didn't run today, ran 55.7, I think it was, at the dual meet a couple weeks ago, and that time would put her really close to national standards. So she's right now probably our top 400-meter athlete, and she's having a phenomenal season so far. Especially going to nationals for indoors. So
is she running the 200 later on, or she's not running at all today?
I'm assuming she's doing a lot of the 400 people are trying to just do some speed stuff and not try and burn out before the big track meets. So that's why you'll see Danielle Calloway doing the 1s and 2s, and Chantal I think she's doing maybe a 200.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
She's been working a lot on her speed this year, so kind of see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the distance athletes too. A lot of them are doing off distance, like you see Alana doing a 400.
Right.
I mean, she is kind of a 400, 800 meter runner, but it's just nice to go down a distance and have a bit of a switch up leading into a big race weekend next week. So now we're just getting ready for the men.
For the men, I think we have Corey, I don't know the last name. We have Corey, Sean, and Ryan, all from SFU.
Just go, I'll take care of it.
You guys need to cover?
No, I'm okay. It's almost done anyway, no? Well, no idea of the day. So, the 400 guys are going to line up soon. It's going to be an interesting event here. So yeah, I can see Sean Paulson and Dylan for an offer. We're gonna run the 4 today.
Dylan's running. That's a surprise. I've never seen.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him do the straight 4. And
It's gonna be really interesting to watch it.
Yeah. No, it's.
Hopefully, he can run around 50 seconds for the 4.
Yeah, we're always looking.
Well.
Sprinters are always looking for someone close to that 50-second mark for our relay. We're always just hoping someone can run sub 50 for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Dylan is a junior running for SFU. He ran 153 last week in San Francisco. He has a PB of 152, which he ran 2 years ago. And he's been a great addition to the team. A good training partner. And Sean Paulson is actually a freshman. First year in the team.
He went to another school though before, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He was a transfer student, so.
Yeah, he's a transfer student.
So for a day like this, anyone sub 50 is
it's
running a good time, because I know for myself as a 400-meter athlete, I'd be happy at the sub 50.
Yeah, I will beat you.
Nice. So we got some results for the women's 400-meter run. First place, we have Taylor Laney from Seattle Pacific at 56.76, really solid time there. Second place, Cheryl Hong from Seattle Pacific, 57.05. And third from SFU, Elena Masado with 57.98, so dipping just underneath the 58 mark. So a real good run from her. Also in fifth place is Nicole Lindsay at 59.17. So great run from all those ladies. Also in the women's long jump, Kyra Brennan, Seattle Pacific, won with a jump of 5.11 meters. Diane Voloshin of Simon Fraser at just behind at 5 meters and 8 centimeters. And Natasha Lozecki at 5.06. And Tyra Gilbert also at 4.76. So great jumps from those ladies.
Yeah, so we're getting ready for heat 1 here on the starting line. I think we're gonna have around 4 heats today. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this 4. It's always fun distance to watch. I think the 8 and the 4 are the two best distance to watch as a spectator.
Yeah, we're a little biased with the 800.
You are for sure.
Looks like there's some high school athletes in this heat getting ready to go.
In section 1 of 4 time finalists, lane 3.
Looks like we got a bunch of scratches. There's a big gap between lane 2 and 3, and I guess lane 7. 4 people missing between there, and so lane 7 is gonna be running alone pretty much that whole race till that final bend.
We have Gavin Farron in lane 2 from Royal City Track, and Brendan Chung running unattached.
Looks like they're just waiting for the last runner to get on the track.
Woo. Ooh, and the rain's getting harder, so hopefully these boys are warm, ready to go.
Yeah, once you're out there, you don't really realize that it's raining anyway. You're in the zone, getting ready for a big race, getting pumped.
I don't know. I don't know how pumped I get before a 400.
Yeah, you know it's gonna hurt.
Fan, Royal City, lane 2.
So off they go.
Brendan Chung running unattached.
Looks like the outside is going hard out there. So hopefully they can hold through.
And Chase Wilson from Brooks Secondary.
It's like
behind that big tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like lane 5 is pulling up.
Yeah. Picked up by mistake a neon yellow track spike bag. If you could bring it down to the red tent in the infield.
Pretty hard to see, but it looks like
Yeah.
lane 5 is having a good finish.
Here they come to the last stretch.
Looks like the leader is wearing an SFU singlet, so he might be an alumni.
54 here.
Pretty good.
Adam Fan from Royal City Track, taking second place.
Nice solid run there.
Once again, if you have found a neon yellow track spike bag, if you could bring it down to the red tent, somebody may have picked it up by mistake.
Yeah. So the second heat is now getting ready on the track. And I think we have...
we have Corey here from the sprints group, so he's a 400 meter 2-4 specialist. Looks like Dylan and Sean also might be hopping in this heat as well.
Maybe they combine the
Yeah, they are.
the heats here.
Van Tarver's winning time unofficially, 54.70.
Yeah, so I think the winner of the last heat is actually an alumni from SFU. We
Yeah,
just saw,
he's just talking with the sprint coach, Tom Dixon. Tom pretty impressed that he still got it as an alumni.
He's ecstatic.
Coming in now, we have section 3.
Oh. Yeah, so we
In
have
lane 1, Benjamin Wieseman from Coquitlam Cheetahs. Lane 2, Sean Paulson.
Sean Paulson in lane 2.
3, Corey Park, Simon Fraser. Lane 4, Dylan Freehofer.
Dylan in lane 4.
Lane 5, Sam Prevost.
If I had to bet my money on someone, I would bet on Dylan here. So keep an eye on lane 4 here. I'm pretty sure he's going to run a fast time.
Seattle Pacific. And in lane 8,
And he's actually using blocks, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, if you look, I don't know if you can see this or not, but in the far corner in the jumps pit, Vladislav Zagankov is actually doing the triple jump.
Oh,
and
yeah?
Vladislav has had a phenomenal season this year, and he made it to nationals indoors for the long jump and the 400 meter, which is impressive, and set a new GNAC record of 47.64, I think.
Yeah.
But today, or last weekend, he did the 400 hurdles and just set a new GNAC record, I'm pretty sure, and probably made it to nationals with that. And now he's on to triple jump, so he's been all over the place this year.
Yeah, really talented athlete. I think he used to do 400 hurdles. He might have made a junior national team for Russia a few years ago.
I think that was the case, yeah.
Yeah, so when he came to SFU, he decided to focus on jumps, and now he's back to doing 400 hurdles. So
and jumps.
Yeah,
and
just doing it all.
He's pretty much like, he's close to a decathlon, but he didn't want to do one.
Yeah, I don't know if the 1500 would really be his thing, but he did do some 200 repeats with us last summer, so you never know what he can do.
Who knows? That kid always surprises me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran a solid 51 on the 4 hurdles last week, which is the fastest time in Canada this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think anyone's going to beat that.
I think he's for sure going to nationals that, and I think he'll be for sure top 8 in the country with that time.
Yeah, it's just amazing for his first one in how many years.
So. And I think he can go way faster too. I'm pretty sure he's going to run the low 50s this year.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
So this looks like this is the fastest heat, I guess. I don't know if they're having a heat after or not. But everyone seems to be using the blocks.
So they're all lined up right now. And we just got on your mark.
So we got SFU in 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4.
Maybe even 8. Yeah, I think we have Ryan.
Yeah, we have
Ibbett,
Ryan
so
Ibbett in lane 8 too.
He's been training at the 400 meter guys also this year. So Corey and Ryan are the sprinters. All the other ones are distance athletes.
Here we go. Big 4, fast heat.
Oh, it looks like Sean Paulson is going out real hard. And Corey's made up a stagger on Dylan already.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to watch for Dylan's 800 meter
And
finish
looks like
here.
Corey Parks from Simon Fraser running well in lane 3. Dylan Friedhofer from Simon Fraser right up there as well.
Looks like
I know it's really
lane
foggy on the
7's running.
camera right now, but we.
Benjamin Weisman from the G is moving well in lane 1.
Yeah. So I think it's going to come down to the last straightaway.
Yeah, and looks like Dylan's really
Yeah.
had that strength pull through kind of in the last 100 meters.
So here they go. I'm pretty sure Dylan's going to go for the win here.
Sam Freebo.
Dylan for an offer, coming back on it, but it's going to be a
close
tight
finish.
And
Woo!
Freebo, Freehofer, and Weisman sneaking up in lane 1 for 3rd place.
That was a really good race for Dylan.
Yeah, no, Dylan had a great race.
52.03 for Gil and for an offer 52.15, which is not too bad.
Oh, it looks like there is another heat of 400s.
Yeah. What do we got in this one? Then?
Oh, so maybe it's there's a faster heat, which is going to be really exciting.
So Dylan was 52.15 in second place. The winner was 52.02.
I saw in the heat chase Michael Iona of UBC was running, but I'm not quite sure
Yeah.
if he is or not today. He's got a PV of 46 mid, so he's one to definitely watch out if he's running today.
It's full of coffee though.
Coming up now, we have the 4th and final heat of the men's 400 meters.
So the last heat.
The
and
rain's
it's
still coming down.
Yeah, it's raining a lot right now. You gotta be a warrior to be on the track.
Lane 2, Reed Lovertown, Western Washington.
It's good the
Lane 3,
SFU track has
Ryan
a
Western.
good draining
Lane 4,
system.
Quinn Netherland.
It doesn't ever
From
get
UBC.
cooled up
Lane
like a
5,
lot of
Michael
tracks
Wano,
do.
UBC. Lane 6, Justin
Yeah, I don't
Ramsey,
know. I see a couple
South
water
Pacific.
flakes on there.
Lane 7, Emilio Cantarella from
So
Vancouver
this is
Thunderbirds,
supposed to be
and
the
lane
fast
8,
heat
Philip Avery
of the
from
4.
UBC.
We have a UBC athlete in lane 7. And I think we're going to follow with the 8 after.
Yeah, I think Michael Iona of UBC is actually running today, so he's one to watch out for. He's run at this meet before, I'm pretty sure 47 mid. And
So here we have a great view of the track, and you see the water accumulating on it.
we also got some Western Washington athletes who I'm pretty sure are sub 50, so they're also to watch out for here today.
So it's definitely the fast heat then, eh?
Definitely the fast. So
Western Washington in lane 2.
2 and 3. So I'd be watching out for lane 5, 4, and 3.
So on your marks. Oh, baby! Off there you go. Tom Dixon is probably so excited right now. I can see him on the side of the track jumping around.
Michael Iwano and Quinn Leatherland off to a very fast start.
So Michael, fast start.
This is going to be a good race.
Michael Iona and I think Quinn Litherland duked it out last year at the high school championships.
So what's Michael's fastest time?
46, 46.4.
46.4.
Litherland, I think, is 47 mid, but those two have battled it out last year, so it looks like they're battling it out right now. So let's see as they come around this corner what they're going to run.
And down the stretch they come.
You got a good shot at the home stretch.
Oh, Iona and Litherland with Western Washington trailing behind.
So, what a finish we have. They're going to fight all the way to the finish. Woo! 49. Woo!
Slipping into third place from Western.
So, real solid run there for the weather, and we'll see the official results in a second. So, Iona won it in 49-13.
Yeah.
Litherland in 49-25, and MacArthur in 49-83. MacArthur's a part of the GNAX, and he's run some pretty phenomenal times before at 48 mid.
Okay. So that was a really exciting race here. So we're gonna get ready for the 800 soon. We have a couple girls racing. Addie Townsend, coach's daughter. She qualified for the NCAA championship indoor on the 8, and she finished 4, which is one of the best finishes we ever had. I remember when Lindsay was running back in the days, she used to dominate that track. She won the NCAA indoor championship, followed by the outdoor championship too. So I remember she ran a huge PB of 2:02 in Allensdale, which was really impressive to watch. Yeah, man, don't worry.
Good work today.
Yeah, man, I'll take care of it. So Tom Dixon's now taking the blocks away, and I'm really pumped for those 8s. I can't wait for it. So if you guys are watching right now, maybe go for a coffee break or go grab some food. You have maybe 10 minutes here before we start the 8s. We're going to start with the slow heat of the women's, followed by the fast heat. And then a big showdown for the guys. So I think Cameron Prosiva is going to come back, the winner of the 15 in 3:57 high. I think Cameron still has a record here of 150 on the 8, and Lindsay has the 800 record of 209. Okay, so we're gonna have a bit of time off here just to get ready for the 8s, and it won't be too long. We're gonna get back at you with you guys.
Good evening, everyone. What a privilege it is to have been asked to speak on behalf of the scholar athletes. I want to recognize all of the student athletes in the room, though. SFU holds us to a very high academic standard, as Meg said, and we should all be proud of being able to balance our intense athletic programs and our heavy academic loads. For those who don't know my background, I'm just a guy from little smelly old Chilliwack, and I ran when I was a kid and ended up pursuing soccer at a reasonably high level, and then I switched back to running at some point. Choose running, they said. It will be easier, they said. It wasn't. By track season of my first year at SFU, I was showing some great improvement. My second year was really great athletically, and my third year, I got some injuries and plateaued a little bit. In my fourth year, I began to taste some success again, and by cross country of my fifth year, this past year, I was starting to really run well early in the season. I'll finish that story in a bit, but I want to mention my academic experience, which has been a big part of my experience at SFU. I've worked very hard and had a lot of success. And it's easy to celebrate the success, but everything comes at a cost. Particularly in my first and third years, when my academic load was tough, I didn't do as well on the track as I should have. I was stressed at times, burnt out at times. Particularly because I was a cross-country and track and field athlete, competing and training all year round took its toll. There were times where I felt really overwhelmed, times I felt frustrated. I share that because alongside with my successes, I'd be lying if I said there weren't any rough patches. I made it through those busy semesters in one piece because of my faith, because of the support of my family, my friends, my teammates, my coach, Britt. I say all of this because sometimes it's okay to not be okay. In the last couple of years, I really grew as a person, though. I realized that perfection in the classroom and on the track is not the standard of success. And my running only got better once I realized that. I've learned to put into practice on and off the track what Meg alluded to earlier and what the great Tom Dixon says, guys, you gotta focus on the process, not the outcome. Back to my athletic career. In the fall, I really began running like a new man in cross country, leading some workouts and racing some times I never thought I could. In October, my running world kind of crumbled once again. Over the span of a few days, my ankle started giving me real problems. I dropped out of GNAX about 1.5 kilometers in, with tears in my eyes, frustrated. I couldn't run at regionals. We didn't make nationals. Indoor season came and my ankle was finally showing great improvement, and this past January I got a stress fracture. I took 6 weeks off, completed a walk-run program, but had pain when I tried to come back. Just a few days ago, though, I started another walk-run program, and I've still got some fight left in me. I want to finish with just a bit of inspiration. Depending on where we're all at, we have made or are making some fantastic memories. Some of us are national champions. Some of us will be professional athletes. But I never quite reached my potential, I feel, nor my goals athletically. So what's the common denominator? Why do we all do what we do? As I've been asking myself this lately, I've realized I do it for one simple reason. I love to run. We all do it for the love of the game. For the victories, yes, but also for the losses. For the highs and the lows. For the puking after a track workout, the cuts, the bruises, the dopamine, the endorphins. I did it for myself, for my team. We all do. I did it for those beautiful moments running through Mundy Park in nothing but shoes and short shorts. I did it for the pre-race cheers. We do it for the joy. We do it for the joy of the sport. No matter who you are, if there's one thing you learn from my story, I hope it's this. Don't be defined by a number or a stat or a win-loss column. Be defined by how you carry yourself, how you treat others, and how you engage your sport with passion and joy. Thank you.
Speech, Lorenzo, which was such an inspiration for me when I transferred here. He had an amazing GPA of 4.16, and while also being really competitive on the track, which is really hard to do for a student athlete. You have to have incredible strength and have really good organization skills. So I think that's the hardest part of being a student athlete, is that you're always off every weekend on trips to California, Seattle, Oregon, all over the place, and you have to come back on the Monday and be ready to go through a whole week of class, which is hard to do, but as long as you have some support from your profs and from your teammates, it's way easier and more fun. So, the 800s, fast heat of the women's. Okay. So Lindsay Butterworth, who was commentating with me earlier today, has a meet record of 2:09:45 in 2014. I think it was her last year competing for SFU, and it's really good to have her around still. She's helping the young athletes a lot to get better, and she's a huge inspiration for all of us. And she's still running really good, actually. She ran 2:02 last year in Europe, which is one of the top time in Canada, and she ran 4:17 last week in San Francisco, which is really close to her PB. And she's here every day on the track, running with Jessica Smith and Addie Townsend. So, we actually don't have any SFU athletes in this heat, but we have two Western Washington, a UBC girl, and Seattle Pacific. So that means we're going to have another heat after. And off they go. Yeah, 800s are definitely the most exciting event of the day. They're really fun to watch. Only 2 laps. So they're coming the back stretch right now. I think it's one of the hardest events on the track actually, because it's hard to pace yourself. You really have to figure out how fast you want to go out and still have some energy for the second lap, which makes it really interesting and exciting, because it's a really good mix of speed and endurance. So here they come in the home stretch, and they're on a pretty decent pace right now. They're probably gonna run around 2:12, I think. And they just clocked the 400 in 1:09 from Mustangs. 1:09, which is a decent pace. Usually the fast lap is always faster than the second one, especially for girls. They're used to go out in like 60 and they bring back 66.
And it's Hill Brooke Muskey with 300 meters to go. Emily Chilton.
And now she's running away. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna win this heat. Here they come with 200s to go. 1:44 at 600. So they're still on pace for 2:16 right now. So, here they come, the home stretch, and she's all alone right now in front with a huge finish, and she's gonna be running 2:20, 2:21, 2:22, 2:23 officially, followed by, oh, a good finish for second place, 2:28. 2:28 for the second place. So it's good to see everyone out here today. So now we're gonna get ready for the fast heat, and we have Addie Townsend qualified for the NCAA Indoor Championship, as I said earlier, finished 4th. We have Julia Hawley, who was also on that national crew. She ran the mile in prelims, and she did not qualify for the final, but it was such a good experience for her, for sure. I remember my first year on the 15. I was in a slow heat, and I just got destroyed by the field, but it was a great experience. It teaches you to learn how to pace yourself, and you know you need a really strong finish, and you know what to do the following year. And we have Rita Dobby. Yeah, so Rita ran the PB 2 weeks ago here at the dual meet, so hopefully she can knock down that mark again and run a bit faster. And Sophie Dodd too. She ran a solid 56 on 400 in San Francisco, I think, which was really impressive. She has some good speed this year. She's going to be a great addition to the 4x4 team, and hopefully she can use that speed on the 8 and knock down her PB of 2:11. So the meet record is 2:09, like I said earlier, and the girls have to run around 2:08 or 2:07 to qualify for the NCAA championship in Florida. Florida, which is such an amazing place to compete at the IMG Academy. The blue track in the heat. So we have some UBC girls, Seattle Pacific, 4 SFU girls, Western Washington, and 1 unattached. So I think it's Julia's first 8 of the season, which is going to be interesting to watch. And here they go. Woo! Let's see how fast they can go today in the rain. I think the weather is actually getting better though, so less windy. And Addie Townsend takes it out. She's going for a fast time here. So Addie followed by Sophie Dodd. Addie, which is Britt's daughter. She's second year now. She made a really good impression last year, freshman year. Good times.
Townsend from SFU settling into an early lead.
So Addie's now leading. Sophie and Julia. What a race. The 3 SFU girls are there up front. And Addie looks at her watch. Maybe she's pacing actually. I can't tell. But here she comes. So yes, she is officially pacing, which is really good. And 65, which is on PB pace for Sophie and Julia. Addie's doing a really good job up front. It helps a lot to actually have a rabbit there because it cuts the wind and it sets the pace. You just have to run behind her and follow until the legs give up. You don't have to think about the pace or anything. You just focus on running fast. So Addie stops now. And Sophie and Julia are going to fight against each other here with 200s to go. It's going to be a great finish. So keep in touch. I know that Sophie has more speed for sure, but Julia is such a great competitor that you never know what she can do on that last straightaway. And here they come. Julia, Sophie, Dodd. Exciting finish here. Woo! Wow, that's gonna be a good time. 2:09, 2:10, 2:11, and 2:12. 2:11, it's close to a PB for Sophie. So if she makes that coup to Mount Sac next week, she's probably gonna run way faster. So I can't wait to see the official results here. I'm gonna tell you guys in a few seconds. It's gonna come up on the board. So stay tuned for the final results here. What? I'm having fun here. Oh, here we go. The final results are 2:16 for Rita. I'm pretty sure that's a PB here. So she's gonna be happy.
I was going to say, if there's
Yeah.
one more cruise, let's back from 211 or something.
Looks like the rain is slowing down a little bit.
Finally.
Yeah, we're going to end on a great note here with hopefully no rain.
think it's on. Oh, here we go.
Okay, apparently I was talking into a microphone that was not on. So now we've got it back up working again.
Yeah, so Sophie Dodd won in 2:11.63, followed by Julia 2:13.07. It's always good to have some SFU athletes winning those races.
Especially on a home track.
Exactly.
So we've got the men's 800 coming up.
Yeah.
I think we have multiple heats of this. Just when I said the rain was slowing down, it has picked back up again.
Classic SFU Burnaby Mountain. Okay.
Next up, we have the men's 800 meters. We have 4 sections. In section 1, we have Mackenzie Gill from Brooks Secondary, Charles Yu, Royal City.
It seems like this this heat of men's 800, this first section here, is going to be our slowest section with a lot of high school athletes in it. We have Coquitlam Cheetahs, Hershey Harriers, a member from the Langley Mustangs, and Seattle Pacific, K-Jacks. So we've got quite the mix. I think it looks like we have one university athlete from SPU, but otherwise I feel like we have majority high school athletes in this section. So we'll see what they can do here.
The meet record of 150.60 is
from
held by
Cameron
Soviet, which was a SFU athlete last year. Now an alumni, still hanging around the team.
All right, so we're going to see how well these gentlemen can cut in after the first 100 meters here. It looks as though our Seattle Pacific guy out there taking the lead at the break on the far side of the track.
So Seattle Pacific is out there first, takes it out. I'm curious to know that 400 split is going to come up soon. Usually athletes on the men's side, they go out pretty hard, and the second lap is a bit slower, but that's how you run a fast 8.
Is it, Mark? Is it?
It is.
Tell me more.
You should tell me more. You're the one who broke 2 minutes on the 8 and made the Olympic in 2012.
Here they come now through the first 400. Seattle Pacific leading 62
on the clock.
And they're single file as they go around the bend here. We'll give you another 600 split.
Seattle Pacific is still in front out there.
Yeah, he's looking pretty strong. Yeah. He's got a good stride going, a nice rhythm.
He's running away from the competition here. And here he comes, almost at 600.
It looks like one of the guys there in the tights made a big move to go around a couple guys. So he looks like he's moving quite well, actually.
Yeah,
and there he goes. He's going to move well past this SPU guy.
He's going to blow him away.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And he's going to have a strong finish here. And we missed that 600-meter slip.
Yeah.
I apologize. We were watching this great move.
And down the stretch he goes. Coming home. That's a fast second lap for him. He's going to run 206, 207. Wow. It's pretty rare that you see a negative split on the 800, but that was really impressive.
So a strong second lap by our winner. And we'll see those times pop up fairly quickly here. So the winner, we have 2:07.35 in second place.
2:11.55 for the second place.
I believe that's fourth there. We're just watching them pop up on the screen here. So second 2:11.08, third 2:11.39 by Langley Mustangs.
Yeah, that was
so
a
pretty close heat in that one. And we have our second heat up next on the track.
I think we have David Sawatsky and Jonathan Abubi
Yes, from SFU, representing SFU.
representing SFU. So Jonathan actually went sub 2 for the first time 2 weeks ago with a strong 158 at the dual meet. He ran 159 last week at San Francisco. And David's hoping to go under that 2-minute barrier this year. He's been training really well, and hopefully
And this
he's
is,
gonna make it.
we've got a couple of UBC guys in here too, so it's similar to the dual meet that we had here a few weeks ago. We got a couple SFU, a couple UBC guys in here.
Round 2.
We've got Western Washington gentlemen in here as well, Hershey Harriers. And a couple unattached.
Yeah,
So
a couple unattached.
let's see what these guys do in this next section. They're obviously seated a little bit faster, so they're gonna be in this second section looking to go faster than that first heat.
There's barely any rain anymore, so that's really good.
Yeah, the rain is calming down, but last time when I said that, it came back up again. So
Yeah. When I say it, it's different though. You'll see. It's gonna stop completely. So they're getting ready, running a last stride. Make sure they're warmed up.
And we've got the results here from the women's 800 meter run. We had, let's see, Simon Fraser. So Sophie Dodd won that section in 2:11.63 with Julia Howley coming second in 2:13.07. Rita Doby in fourth, running 2:16.94. And Addie Townsend was a pacer and she did not finish. So great results from those SFU girls.
So the guys are lining up right now.
And we have some lanes are
Wow.
sharing.
It's gonna be a big heat actually.
Yeah,
We got around 10 runners. 1, 2, 3, 4.
we got 12 here.
12.
12 runners in this section. So it looks like lane 1, lane 4, 5, and 7. They're all sharing lanes. So let's see how this plays out around the curve. This is really important for people to get out early
Make sure
to
they're
the
well
cut-in.
positioned,
Yeah, you don't want to be
boxed in.
too boxed in.
Especially
your
on the
good
8
position.
because it's such a fast race that it's hard to make a move once you're stuck back there.
Yeah. Definitely, we've got, looks like possibly a Valley Royals and an
Yeah.
Seattle Pacific out there early.
Seattle Pacific is now leading.
And it is
pretty
a big
stacked
field
race.
out there.
Oh, a
Some
little bit of pushing
jostling.
here. David Sawatsky and Jonathan on the inside. And here they come in the straightaway. Seattle Pacific on the inside.
And we'll try and find out who that leader is
Yeah.
in the black singlet.
I can see Wolf back written on his singlet. But 59, which is a great
So-
split to break 2 minute.
So just under 60 or around 60 seconds for that first 400 meters in this section.
Yeah.
And we've got the 2 SFU members on the outside, it looks like now, which is good position to make
Yeah.
their moves.
They're going to have to make their move pretty soon.
I'm really expecting that this field is going to pick up even more at 200. So 130, 131 for the 600 meter
That's a really good split.
split.
The leader is actually fading right now, so it's going to be an exciting finish.
We've got Jonathan moving up now on those leaders.
Big move. I think
Let's
he's
see if
gonna
he can
go.
hold on for a strong finish.
He's going to try to go for the win for sure. And here he comes. What a race that we have right now. They're going to go sub 2 for sure.
And our leader coming through, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Looks like Jonathan was around 2:01 and David around 2:04.
2:04.
So we'll wait for those results to pop up and give you some more exact times.
And it looks like Jonathan Abebi from Simon Fraser taking third spot.
Jonathan taking third spot here with a time of 2:01 probably, around there.
Lots of people sticking around lining the track to watch that heat. And we still have our fastest section to go.
It's going to be a really exciting
So
race.
here's some times, 2 minutes 4:03 for the winner. So couldn't quite break that 2-minute barrier there, but great finishes by some of those guys.
So the winning time is going to come up pretty soon.
And now we have section 3, men's 800.
So the first two guys were 2 minutes, and then 2:01:38 for Abibi from SFU. 2:02, 2:02, 2:03.
There's actually going to be 4 heat today, 48.
That's right. So this next section looks like we've only got 4 gentlemen in this section, so quite a bit less crowded in this section. So that could be quite helpful for these guys, as long as someone takes it out.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you know, it's more like follow the leader. But no 2 to a lane in this section. I'm sure the rain probably deterred a few people from this section from showing up. But way to go for these guys. There's a couple more guys that have popped onto the track here, taking their warm-ups off. So we have six in this section. So this should be a good heat.
On your marks. Off they go.
And we'll see who gets the fastest start here around the corner. And that could be a UBC
I think it's
team
on a
member
catch,
up there up front early on.
We're going to try to give you a split at 200. Okay. 28, 29, 30. So exactly on 2-minute pace right here. So let's see if this section can break 2 minutes here. I hope so.
We also have some results from the women's high jump here. We have Coquitlam Cheetahs, Carly Seaman taking the win in 1.55 meters. Second, Olivia Campbell from British Columbia, UBC. And then Geneva Lanehart from Seattle Pacific. Our SFU member here, Natalie Rycroft, jumping 1.45 meters, placing 5th in the meet. And Amy Petz, finished 8th with 1.45 meters as well. So
Western Washington, big move here. He went through 58 for his first lap.
So that's a bit faster than the previous section.
But we're going to have a surprise again in this section. What a big finish by this gentleman there with the arm sleeves.
Those arm sleeves making the difference.
Oh yeah, especially in the cold. So here he comes. Wow, what a finish. He's just running away from the second place in 156, 157, 158.
Nicely done.
And Jordan Smith from Langley Mustangs.
From Langley Mustangs. This is an exciting finish.
Again, we'll wait for those times to pop up here in a minute. And just as I said, the rain is coming down quite heavily again. Just when you think it stops, it says...
No, there's no escape today.
Absolutely not. It comes right back. So...
Okay, so on the board, 158.56, followed by Theo Hunt, 201.
18.
So now the fast section, we have 2 athletes representing SFU. Thomas Gallagher
we have
and
Jonathan
Richie
here
Torres.
Would you like to shout out to anyone at home there, Jonathan?
I just wanted to say, I know you guys can only hear the voices of these announcers, but they are some of the most beautiful human beings that you could lay eyes on. Very, just very well-groomed and well-bred human beings here.
Thanks, Jonathan, for those words. We are going to get back to the track here.
I'll take it as a compliment, I guess.
Ephraim Tedeschi, Simon Fraser, Christopher Taylor, UBC, Jesse Fan, Seattle Pacific.
So now they're gonna attribute some lanes to the runners.
So who do we have representing SFU here?
Richie Torres has a PB of 155, and I know he ran 156 2 weeks ago at the dual mid, 156 again last week, which is a really good time. And Thomas Gallagher broke 2 in high school, and he had some injuries in the fall, which kind of hurt his running, but he's getting back into it right now.
I'm sure he's excited to get on the track. And
oh yeah, he is. You probably remember your first year at SFU. It's kind of hard to adapt yourself to the heavy workload in school and the new program.
just adjusting,
Yeah.
creating more of a balance, separating your athletics from your academics.
Yeah.
Always a challenge as a freshman. And so this isn't actually. Oh, this is our fastest
Yeah,
section
this is
here.
the fastest section.
Okay, we've got Cameron Preciviat in lane 1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Max Strummer in lane 2 from UBC. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Someone was obviously moving or not at the right line here.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a warning.
So someone wasn't steady enough on the line. Here we go again. There we go.
So-
Clean start. So we've got
It's gonna be an interesting
at
race.
least 3 Western Washington members in here.
Yeah.
We've got 2 SFU.
Cameron Prosivic at the back as usual. Britt's probably screaming at him right now to get up there.
He is. He's right at the back.
And Richie Torres is close to the front, looking around. Oh,
And look at that
what
bundle.
a weird race. It's kind of, yeah.
And Cameron sticking on the inside.
Richie and Tommy bumping around a bit.
Not sure quite what Cameron's doing there, but
I can't tell if they're jogging right now or they're moving. It's kind of hard to say.
they are moving.
They are moving? Okay, I'll trust your judgment, Jessica. But we're going to have a split here at 400, which kind of tells us the truth. Richie Torres on the outside with Thomas working together.
Basically running in lane 3.
Yeah.
Quite the pack here. Everyone wants to get to the front.
It's going to be around 60 seconds, I think. Here we go, 60
59,
seconds.
60 through the first 400.
Gallagher,
So
Torres.
Cameron Presiviat, he must be feeling pretty good right now, as usually he would go through much, much faster.
Oh, yeah.
Although running the 1,500 meters earlier today. So let's see what he pulls off in this next section. It looks like he's moving up quite quickly now on the outside. Passing
His
the Simon
teammates.
Fraser teammates, training partners there.
Max Strummer is still up there, making a big move too from UBC.
I mean, if you look at the legs on Cameron, he's moving quite quickly in those short shorts.
So here he comes.
There he comes. Big move on that 400 on this last 400 here.
It's gonna
and
be a
down
tight
the
finish,
straightaway.
actually. It's gonna be a big fight.
And it looks like UBC
157.
following Cameron.
And it looks like Max Strummer taking 3rd spot. So it's
So Cameron may be using that as a training day for that 1500 and this 800.
Yeah, because that's way far off his time. Cameron ran a strong 346 last year in Azusa and 149 too on the 8. But yeah, hopefully he's gonna get back.
So
at it
here
pretty
we go,
soon.
winning time
So,
156.99, 157.48, and 157.82.
158.02. So I think Max Strummer takes the 2nd place from
Yes,
UBC.
yeah.
Former SFU athlete betrayed us, left for UBC,
Went across town.
went across town.
So that was our fastest section of the men's 800, and now we're going to move to the 200s, I believe. So we'll
Yeah.
have the women's 200s up next. So it looks like we're all gonna shift from, well, it seemed like there's a lot of athletes kind of waiting under the canopy of the building here, and now moving over to the 200-meter start line. And I do feel some wind, so hopefully they're with the wind here in this 200-meter race.
There'll be just a brief pause in the action while the starter moves the equipment over to the start of the 200 meters, and we'll be getting underway very shortly.
So I'll let you know now that the 200 meters will be the last event that we'll be live streaming. So we will be going off air after the men's 200 meters. But after the 200 meters, they will continue with the 400-meter hurdles and the men's and women's 4x4. And we'll see if there are any student athletes around to take part in the varsity relay. We have mentioned the weather quite a bit on this live feed today, but unfortunately it does put a damper on the meet in general, with performances and atmosphere. But in track and field, anything can happen, so you never know what you're gonna get on the day. Hopefully we can have less rain in April than we did in March, and hopefully no snow. I think we still have quite a few competitors in these 200-meter races. I don't have the heat sheets with me, but you can see them gathering over the 200-meter start, getting their instructions and their heats and lane assignments. It looks as though we still have long jump and some high jump continuing. And hopefully we can get these 200 meters away fairly quickly so that people aren't getting cold. Mark has taken a quick leave of absence, but I'll let you know that he was a SFU Athletic Award winner a few days ago as the Terry Fox Most Inspirational Athlete of the Year, so congrats to him. We had a lot of great student athletes who were presented with awards on Tuesday night at the Hard Rock Casino Vancouver for our annual awards night. It's always one of the highlights of the year for the student athletes, who usually only are wearing athletic gear around in sweatpants, and they get to dress up for a night, and it's a great way to recognize all those hardworking student athletes and support staff and coaches who put all the time and effort into their sports during the year. So we're going to, while we're waiting for these 200 meters to get started here, we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back with the women's 200 meters.
From court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
A true champion puts every ounce of sweat and effort into the goal. Find your passion, become one with it, and great things will happen. I am Kevin Vigna, and I am ready for the new season.
It's not the will to win that matters the most. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Expect the unexpected, and you'll never be thrown off your game. I am Taylor Lundgren, and I am ready for the new season.
Mental illness is something anyone can suffer from.
It isn't a choice or a weakness, and you can't just snap out of it.
But with support, we can make each other better.
Check in and care for your friends, teammates, or colleagues, and be a good listener for them.
Ask them how they're doing and if you can do anything to help.
It begins the crucial first step of decreasing the stigma so that we can open up a conversation.
Educate yourself about mental health
and help break down the myths and stereotypes.
Together, we can shape the dialogue about mental health within our community.
Ziao Carson.
So the first section of the women's 200 just crossed the line. And we'll see the times come up with the winner at 28:81, second 29:40, third 29:59, 34:13. And they look like they're all from the Langley Mustangs there, so a great training group effort and competition for them. So the next section of the women's 200 meters, looks like they're taking their warm-ups off now.
Coming up now, section 2, women's 200 meters. Lane 2, Katie LaFace, Langley Mustangs. Lane 3, Molly Markin, Langley Mustangs. Lane 4, Gabriela Zaltai, Langley Mustangs. Lane 5, Emma Markin, Mustangs. Lane 6, Shandika Surya, Langley Mustangs. Lane 7, Tegan Richardson, Langley Mustangs. And lane 8, Kyra Peterson from Simon Fraser.
So another section full of Langley Mustangs athletes and one Simon Fraser athlete. Looks like she's in the very last lane, lane 8. So there'll be lots of red out on the track. Langley Mustangs all wearing red and white, and SFU also wearing red and white. So here goes the next section of the women's 200 meters.
And it's Kyra Peterson running on the outside very strongly in lane 8 from Simon Fraser.
So out in lane 8, we have the Simon Fraser athlete Kyra in around 25 point, and then we have the Langley Mustangs
And lane 7,
in lanes 1 through 7. So a full section of runners at there, and we have 25.87 for Kyra from Simon Fraser, 28.39, 29, 29, 29, 30 for the Langley Mustangs runners that followed Kyra. So good performances by all those ladies.
Peterson's winning time unofficially, 25.87. Next up, we have the third section.
So this third section coming up, we have some Nor'westers, Langley Mustangs,
Lane 2,
Vancouver Thunderbirds, and a couple more Langley Mustangs. So Langley Mustangs well represented in the sprints here in the women's 200 meters.
Lane 5, Jessie Markin, Langley Mustangs. Lane 6, Danielle Miller, Vancouver
And we'll try and get this heat going quickly here, as it looks like the timer and the officials are ready to get this one started. Put them in. Is it same as last year? Put them all around the outside? Yeah. They're in numbered order. There should be the sheets there. So the women are in the blocks and ready for this next section of the women's 200 meters with many more Langley Mustangs athletes.
And it's Prabhasha Wickaramarachi from Langley Mustangs moving well in lane 2.
And down the straightaway here, we've got Langley Mustangs in the lead. And it's going to be a close finish between two of the Langley Mustangs. (27:32) and 27:36, 27:47. So a close finish for those top three ladies. 27:63, 27:88 for fourth and fifth. So very close finish.
And it was Holly Harrison from Langley Mustangs taking that race. Pravasha Booker and Marachi, very close second. Unofficial winning time, 27:32. Coming up now, we have the fourth section. In lane 1, Marion Shields Brown, Enamel Track. Lane 2, Olivia Gabriel, Seattle Pacific. Lane 3, Sophie Morris, Vancouver Thunderbirds. Lane 4, Geneva Leonard, Seattle Pacific. Lane 5, Natasha Friedman, Simon Fraser. Lane 6, Mason
So this
Allen,
next section, we have
Lane
Simon
7,
Fraser
Orange Kenji.
in lane 2, Diana
Couple
Voloshin.
Peters, and lane 8, Hannah Bradley from Western Washington.
I have another Simon Fraser runner in lane 5. And a few Seattle Pacific runners. So we'll see how these ladies fare against one another, as it looks like they're taking their warm-ups off now.
Oh, really? Yeah. You just helping? Yeah, well, you know Abby? Yeah. Okay, she's my girlfriend, and like Steve is like the big boss. Oh, so got a nice. That's nice. That's cool. You live here? Yeah, I live. I'm a first year. Yeah. First year at Douglas College. Hopefully transfer to UBC next year. Yeah. What are you studying? I'm studying film.
And the ladies are getting into their blocks here now. Looks like we have a few lanes that are empty with absent runners. Not sure who those are, but we'll see as they come around the bend here now. And they're off. It does look like a Simon Fraser athlete is moving well on the inside. So that's Diana Voloshin in lane 2 for the win in 25 point.
On SFU, taking that heat.
So we'll find out with the results popping up here quickly. But Diana Voloshin taking the win for Simon Fraser.
Mary Taylor from Seattle Pacific.
So winner in 25:61, second 25:96.
25:61.
So a great run by Diana Voloshin. So again, that's Diana with 25:61, second 25:96, and then 26 point for third and fourth place.
Oh, how much we get paid? I only know like $40 per. Yeah, for volleyball it's 40. Football, I believe
It looks like the men are congregating over in the area of the 200-meter start, and they will get going fairly quickly here now too. It looks like there will be a couple sections, most likely 3 sections of women or men's 200 meters.
Yeah, I see like 2 days ago. He was like, I'll give you $100.
And the first section, Hang on, we might have one more section of the women's 200 here. As I see it's coming up on the board, we have a UBC, an SFU, and Seattle Pacific. So we have one more section of the women's 200 meter. As you just heard, we have Chantel Desch in lane 2, Catherine Lucas in lane 3, Valda Cavia in lane 4, Natasha Friedman in lane 5. So quite a few SFU team members, lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5. And they are getting into their blocks. And here we go. Final section of the women's 200. Simon Fraser out well.
Fabio from SFU. Catherine Lucas making a move as well. It's going to be a very close race. There's Catherine Lucas and Valda
Catherine Lucas currently leading. It's a close battle with Valda Cavia for first and second, with Chantel Desch for the third SFU runner, and Natasha Friedman, the fourth SFU runner, coming through the line. So lots of runners wearing some sort of long shirt underneath their jerseys to try and keep their arms and upper body warm.
I swear, when we're done, the rain's gonna like...
We'll see those times pop up momentarily.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like the men are getting ready for their first section of the men's 200 over at the start.
And coming up now, we have the men's 200 meters. We have
So
four
the
sections.
winner, Catherine Lucas, in 24:99. Valdecavia 25:03.
Lane 2, Christian Wong, Seattle Pacific. Lane 3, Ryan Lee, Vancouver Thunderbirds. Lane 4, Nathan Bowen, K-Jax. Lane 5, Gavin Fan, Royal City. Lane 6, David Troy.
Third
Seattle
place,
Pacific.
Chantel
Lane
Desch,
7,
25:65.
running unattached. And lane 8, Diego Eraso.
So those are your
from
top
Chilliwack.
3, with Catherine Lucas, freshman, winning in 24:99. So moving on to the men's sections now. We have our first heat standing at the blocks. Got some K-Jax, Seattle Pacific unattached, and Chilliwack, Nor'westers, Vancouver Thunderbirds. So quite the mixed group here in this heat. I see an umbrella moving quite swiftly across the turf there. And the first section is underway here.
David Choi from Seattle Pacific moving well in lane 6. Moving up well in the inside. Ryan Lee, Thunderbirds.
Looks like Seattle Pacific.
David Choi from Seattle Pacific taking that heat.
Winner 24.77, second 24.92, and third 24.94. For your first three, 25.05, 25.12, and 25.99 it looked like for 4th, 5th, and 6th place finishers. Sorry, 25.22 for your 6th place finisher.
Next up, we have section 2, men's 200 meters. Lane 1, Ben Wang, unattached. Kyle Jang in lane 2 from Thunderbirds. Lane 3, Ryan Ibbett, Simon Fraser. Lane 4, Corey Parks, Simon Fraser. Lane 5, Sam Prevost, Vancouver Thunderbirds. Lane 6, David Pinsky from the Cheetahs. Lane 7, Zach Telfer, from Seattle Pacific. And in lane 8, Lucas Small, Chilliwack.
And you just heard the start list for this next section. Courtesy of our fabulous announcer trackside, Mr. Boss. Doing a very good job keeping everyone updated with all the updates.
My camera just turned off here.
So we'll get ready for this next section of the 200 meter men as they get set in their blocks. Simon Fraser in lane 3. Ryan Ibbett and Corey Parks in lane 4. Here we go.
Very even so far, but David Pinsky in lane 6 from the Coquitlam Cheetahs running very well. Lane 2, Kyle Jang.
And looks like it's going to be Vancouver Thunderbirds taking the win.
But it looks like Kyle Jang from the Vancouver Thunderbirds. We'll have to wait. Very close. Hard to tell.
I think our announcer, Mr. Boss, is right. 23.80 for Vancouver Thunderbirds, 23.90 for second, and 24.02 for third. 24.28 for fourth, 24.29 for fifth, and 24.90 for sixth. 25.27 for seventh, and 25.46 for eighth. So those are all your times from lanes 1 to 8. With your winner, 24. Oh, it has cleared 23.80, sorry, for your winner from Vancouver Thunderbirds. And we are getting set for our next set of 200 meter men. They're taking their warm-ups off now.
In the third heat, we have Sam Lowen in lane 1 from KJAX. Lane 2, Benjamin Cavia, Oceanside Track. Lane 3, Ben Schernagel, Coquitlam Cheetahs. Lane 4, Elias Ellison, Oceanside. Lane 5, Justin Ramsey, Seattle Pacific. Lane 6, Lazar Scarborough, Seattle Pacific. Lane 7, Shane Carpenter, Seattle Pacific. And in lane 8, Benjamin Wieseman from Coquitlam Cheetahs.
Looks like quite a few Seattle Pacific athletes in this next section.
Okay. Are you looking for power button?
Sorry?
Are you looking for power button? Yeah, it wasn't letting me.
And the runners are stepping into their blocks at the moment. And here we go, section 3 of the men's 200 meter.
I have no idea. I should have been called to the power.
Elias Ellison from Ocean Athletics, or sorry, Oceanside Track. Elias Ellison, Oceanside.
So that looked like a strong finish by Oceanside Track, I believe. So we'll see what his time pops up as. So the times winner is 22.80, second 23.00, third and fourth in 23 seconds. Point. I wasn't quick enough to see the exact times there.
That's what I think. I doubt it. I doubt they like bad.
So we'll move to the next section, section 4.
Could the starting block crew please bring the starting blocks?
Okay, well that looks like that was the last 200 meter
start line, please.
race for the day. It looks like they're rolling in the cart to start the 400 meter hurdles next as the timer makes his way across the field. So it looks like we had quite a few athletes who were unavailable to compete in the 200 meters there. Maybe not unable, but probably competing in other events, and it might be just too cold and wet outside for them to continue in further events. So as I mentioned, that those 200 meter races are the last events that we will be live streaming. So on behalf of our executive producer, Gabe Lynn, and supervising producer, Steve Frost, and the entire crew here at Terry Fox Field on Burnaby Mountain, thanks for joining us,
And before we go, we'll leave you with the SFU Athletics Plays of the Year. So you can see a showcase of all the sports and athletes that have been competing throughout the season. And what a fantastic year it has been so far with the SFU placing 6th in the Learfield Cup standing so far, which is an incredible feat for this university in the NCAA. For the latest news, stats, videos, and more, feel free to visit athletics.sfu.ca. You can also stay connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Today's meet was live streamed in HD, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/live, and it will be also available on demand, athletics.sfu.ca/on-demand. Thank you, Gabriel Lynn, for all your hard efforts, and thanks for tuning in. Okay. Signing.
We are ready. Some call it a slogan, some reduce it to just a hashtag. But those 3 words mean so much more than that. They encompass the work that every student athlete and every coach puts into their craft. Every extra shot put up in practice. Every extra rep in the weight room. And every extra mile run. We are ready to exceed expectations, to push the limits of what we were capable of yesterday. We are ready to excel. And excel we did. This past season, all the blood, sweat, and tears led to countless all-conference, all-region, and all-American honors. We had seniors put everything on the line in their final seasons, striving to leave a lasting impression. Juniors and sophomores showed growth as both leaders and athletes. All the while, freshmen not only played, but starred in their rookie years. And we can rest easy knowing that our future is as bright as it's ever been. And the teams themselves? 9 qualified for their respective national championships. Multiple programs set new marks for wins while becoming fixtures in the national rankings. We scored massive upsets against the odds, and at times were utterly dominant. All told, we definitely made our presence felt across the NCAA. And even with the unprecedented successes throughout the entire program, there is still much work ahead of us. Canada's NCAA team has already made its mark on the national landscape. Now comes the task of taking it to that next level, while representing our country to the best of our abilities. The challenge before us is a daunting one, but we are ready.